Yo, what's up?
We're here.
Lucky Podcast had to run to get my water, bro.
That's right.
Door boys in the building. We're brought to you by Onora Whiskey, AnoraWhiskey.com. It is that premium American whiskey, AnoraWhiskey.com. And if you're going to drink, make sure you do
Responsibly.
Let's get it left. Onora boys in the building. Happy Thursday to everybody. Brought to you by Onora Whiskey, AnoraWhiskey.com. Lefty himself right here. I'm SD2 Mike Sean Davis. Go to YouTube, Lucky Lefty Network, subscribe. Make sure you hit that thumbs up to help with the views. Hit the notification bell. Every time we go live, I post something, you'll know about it. Patreon.com. Lucky Lefty Network. Lucky Legends Players Only Podcast tonight, 7:30 p.m. Players Only Season Recap. Oscar McBride, Reggie Brooks, Malik Zaire, Jerron Jones, many others. Tap in. We're the home of the misguided passion. And we're forever committed to making sure that we spin it. What's good, Left?
We're here.
Yo, we couldn't. Wednesday, I just want to make this announcement. We're going to be going daily throughout the off season, but I'm going to be very honest. Wednesdays are going to be very tough for your boy. If we do a show on Wednesday, more than likely it's going to be in the evening because I have to dedicate Wednesdays to ministry. I have to be in the office, also have to be at our seniors building and do a lot of things for the ministry. So I want to make sure that you know, before we get into the off season, Wednesdays, you might get some pre-recorded stuff. I'll be doing my own down and distance quick pod each and every morning for about 10 minutes, just tapping in on things Notre Dame and then tapping in on Chicago sports for all of our Chicago fans that have tapped in sports at large. So you can get that over at patreon.com as well, starting in February. So I want to get that out the way so the fans know, like on Wednesdays, expect an evening show, if anything. All right. Big losses yesterday. 3 transfers out of the program. I would expect possibly a few more in the upcoming days. And Al Golden, the defensive coordinator, goes to Lev. Left's probably happy because his Cincinnati Bengals picked up Al Golden. The boy Left is the only person I know that has 3 NFL teams. He literally has 3 NFL teams. It's amazing. I don't know what act he's under.
I don't know if I'm counting them as my team. It's just a team of the state grow up.
You claim the Jaguars.
Claim the Jaguars, absolutely.
The Jaguars. You claim Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
I claim Joe Burrow.
You just claim Joe Burrow.
It's like, am I a Lakers fan or am I a LeBron fan? I'm definitely a LeBron fan.
Dude, you spent time in LA.
You get accustomed to. I was there when the Rams and the Lakers won a championship. That was cool.
So are you a Rams fan?
No. Okay. But shout out to the guys that played, the Ben Skoronix of the world.
The GTB questions, get them in. I know, hey, Notre Dame fans, I'm sure you have a lot of questions about everything that's transpired. What the future is going to look like. Super chats, put them in. Get them in. We'll get to them as soon as we see them. So stack them up for us. Breaking news yesterday around, I would say, 3:30 Eastern time. Pete Thamel wrote the news that the Cincinnati Bengals had zeroed in on Al Golden as their next defensive coordinator to replace Lou Amarillo, who they fired at the end of the season. Al Golden, before he came to Notre Dame, was the linebackers coach for the Cincinnati Bengals. His family still stayed there. He kept his property there while he was at Notre Dame. So it's a very comfortable place for Al Golden. Your initial thoughts left on Al Golden leaving for the NFL and joining the Cincinnati Bengals?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's he was always an NFL coach. I never thought he was. Well, we also knew that he wasn't quite the recruiter either. And so for him to be able to take this next step, I think is better than him going laterally somewhere like Penn State or somewhere in college. So I mean, he definitely gave all he could give, and I'm just happy for him.
So we're going to get into definitely the nuances of this move. I already know what people want to know. Who do we think should replace Al Golden? I'm sure it's simple for both of us, and we'll get into that. Are there other interviews and candidates that might be on tab? We'll get to that as well. We got a GTB question from Jay Grizz. Who are some DCs that may or may not be options for the position at DC? Also, who would SDT Mikes or Lefty like to see as a DC at Notre Dame, whether realistic candidates or not? I'm going to be honest with you. I have a very short list outside of Mike Nickens. One person that I would love to see on the staff, even if it's not for defensive coordinator, I would love to see Jim Leonard take Mike Mickens' spot as defensive back coach. I think Jim Leonard is out at USC. I think he joined the USC staff last year. Let me make sure. No, because he's not the D coordinator at Wisconsin anymore. That's a name that I would like to see.
Who, Rocco?
No.
Oh.
To replace, I want Mike Mickens to get the job. I mean, do you want them to do their due diligence? Yeah. But
I mean, Mike Mickens seems like the most logical guy to step into the position. I think he's earned it. I really think he's earned it. And at the same time, I'm sure the team would rally behind it. So the buy-in factor, kind of what they've got. I'm sure Marcus Freeman will help assist Mickens in kind of the setup, but I'm sure Mickens is prepared. I don't think he's shocked if there was an opportunity out there that he wouldn't have a defense in mind. He wouldn't have, I think he's fully prepared for a situation. He probably has some hint. I'm sure Al Golden has taken a liking to Mike Mickens in terms of being there with him and the game planning and every step of the way. And I'm sure Mike Mickens kind of felt some of that transition as well.
So Jim Leonard is now, which I love this even more. Jim Leonard is the defensive backs coach for the Denver Broncos and the passing game coordinator for them. If they can get Jim Leonard away from Denver, and
did you like Jim Leonard when he was at USC or at Wisconsin?
I love Jim Leonard at Wisconsin. Wisconsin has
I liked him more at Wisconsin.
Top 10 defenses. I know he can coach the position because he was an all Big Ten.
But yeah, he's big. He's big time.
He can play the position and he can coach the position. Now, would I want him as my defensive coordinator? Maybe not. Do I want him to teach my defensive backs and recruit my defensive backs? Because he was able to do that at Wisconsin? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it would be a great hire. A great hire. So, but Marcus Freeman and most of his hires have been via relationships that he's had in his coaching career. He's he wants somebody that he knows, that he's comfortable with, and that has been, his track record of who he likes to hire. Like, he's usually coached with them or is good friends with someone that's coached with them. So we'll see. But for me, it's a no-brainer. and I think it's been coming. If Mike Mickens is named the defensive coordinator, I think you would see a similar reaction from the players that Marcus Freeman got. I think the defensive room would react the exact same way if they found out that Mike Mickens was being elevated to the defensive coordinator position. Right?
Yeah. I really think that it just makes sense. And you see in the natural transition of what the end of the season does, guys jumping into the portal, just to speak on that quickly, but how it relates to the program shedding into its new skin. And the great part is that it's not something out of the blue. I think it's something more of the direction of which Marcus Freeman can still stay on course and not feel like he has to freestyle and reach out to so many different places. But I think also what the encouragement of having Mike Mickens come in as a defensive coordinator, especially stepping up in that role, is the fact that now the offense under Denbrock and his lineage has a chance to start leading the team offensively and be the forefront of this team while Mike Mickens continues to get better as a defensive coordinator, because this is still his first year at Notre Dame doing it like this. So while Mike Mickens works on rebuilding in a sense, but also gaining that control over the defense, this is Denbrock's perfect time to shine, to have the offense be the leading unit of the team. We've been defensively led for a good amount of time under Al Golden. This is an opportunity for Denbrock to lead in the front and not so much bring the defense behind us, but it'd be more of a balance of a 50-50 instead of a 60-40 in terms of how the team is directed. So this is even a greater opportunity and more pressure for the quarterback and for Denbrock to be activated, lead the team where we are a high-scoring offense. We're a team that can pass and run. We can do many different things with the talent we have. Guys have developed, guys have been there. So I think that's a great transition for Mike Mickens to be able to depend on our offense. Hey, we might give up 21. It might look like Ohio State game where they get into a lead and we slowing guys down, but now we're expecting our offense to have a stronger passing game. Receivers are stepping in the roles that they have cleared the decks for, right? We got, so we got a lot of things going on where still got Jeremiah Love, where the offense can be that team that can score 3 touchdowns in the second quarter and catch back up and do things where the defense can depend on us, where we can go score to win, right? So I think this is awesome from a continuity standpoint, to not get outside of ourselves when handling the organization of things. I think this is a better move than when our tight ends coach became offensive coordinator for that year. I'm drawing a blank on his name, but
dude, we don't need to talk about that.
But I think it's a better situation. It's not the same feeling, it's not the same
position. Coach Freeman was behind the 8 ball. It was like,
right. So I think that
what you go to at that point. Spring practice is about to start. Tommy and like a thief in the night just bounces to Alabama. By the way, shout out to Coach Saban for basically intimating in that pivot interview that his last year he had probably the worst staff of assistants he's ever had. I was like, yeah, that's what you get.
Yeah.
You wanted him? That's what you get. Lucky Lefty podcast. Once again, Al Golden is no longer the defensive coordinator for the Fighting Irish. He has taken the same position in the NFL with the Cincinnati Bengals. Let's get to some points. I'm going to say something, and people might take it the wrong way. Really don't care. I would much rather lose Al Golden than to lose Mike Mickens.
Yes.
What I mean by that is
yes.
You maybe had one more season of keeping Mike Mickens as a DB coach.
Yes, absolutely. Somebody was going, like even now, if we whatever take a minute to decide, he's going to get offers to go somewhere because his DBs are getting offered to go places. So it's like, so if you follow the chain of command, Mike Mickens is deserving of the attention, but this is also a move for Notre Dame, just like how they signed Marcus Freeman before the playoffs, to get ahead of the 8 ball and to just put Mike Mickens in the position that he's probably getting offers from other places for eventually, if not now. And Al Golden is like, okay, he's established. He's the defense coordinator. You know what I mean? So him being there for 3 years and the guys that have been able to be through that in those years, what are you really losing? You losing the hot young coach that's got a ton of potential and has produced at a high level, or you got a guy that you just know is an NFL tweener. The thing with Mike Mickens, he's a recruiter too. So you're still getting that addition of a guy that's going to recruit just as fervently as the head coach. Al Golden kind of sat back, which that was his role, which is cool, but the effect of having the D coordinator now be a lead recruiter, and I'm sure he probably will take some of that off, but he's going to be active. He's going to continue to get his DBs in the right spot. I think this is great. Marty Biaggi, being in that fold is awesome as well. So I think, the core of what sustains Notre Dame's defense is still here, right? From a coaching standpoint. And then after that, I know he'll probably make a hire or two if he is a defensive coordinator, and we'll see how it goes. Do you think he takes Max Bullock with him, Al Golden?
I don't think. Why would Max Bullock leave?
I agree.
Why would Max Bullock leave? Like, Max Bullock would really do himself a disservice if he left right now. That's my opinion. That's up to him. Only he knows what his aspirations are. But the position he's in right now, in the development of the linebacking crew, he deserves a lot of credit for what we've seen in the elevation of the production in that linebacker room. And I'm going to get to, I wrote down, is that we tell people, leave your comments, questions, we respond to all. I have 5 questions and comments that people left from my last show, and I'm going to say to the last segment, because it's a lot of, I almost want to say BS narratives being put out there, but we'll talk about those. So yes, I would much rather have Mike Mickens lose Al Golden to lose Mike Mickens in this program. Number 2, because I see a lot of people talking about this in the chat level. I don't know the timeline of when he was contacted by the Bengals. My assumption is that it was in between the Penn State game and the national championship. None of that matters to me. I don't think it impacted one bit the performance or the game plan. What impacted the performance of the game plan, and I think Al Golden got out before there was a chance for his scheme to start to get exposed. Because it took what you saw in the semifinal, is you saw 2 really good offensive coordinators figure out, okay, we picked up on your tendencies. We picked up on your rules, and we know how to now.
These teams also had extra days to prepare.
Left. Look, I think it started with USC. I think it started late in the season. I think people started to pick up on this second down tendencies. You go from that USC game, second down is when Notre Dame was really giving up chunk plays. That's when they started giving up chunk plays, right? The touchdown to Jeremiah Smith, that's tendency.
But that's just a one-on-one.
How they react. Yeah, but see, you got two seasons up here, and now back-to-back offensive coordinators have exposed you by going to the run game.
Right. Yeah.
So now It's like
well, teams have committed to the run versus us. We just been better,
No, Ryan Day has never committed to the run. Ryan Day is never committed to the run. And you tip your cap to him. You learned
he was committed.
But I think there is and I'm just saying it's not the main reason. It's just speculation on my part. I just feel like he peaked. I feel like Al Golden peaked as a defensive coordinator in college. And there was no better time. Like his stock this is about as high as his stock.
High as it's gonna get.
Yes,
it's about as high as it's gonna get. Yeah,
it's as high as his stock is gonna get. It's not getting any higher, bro.
Yeah, I don't think it can get any higher.
No, second best defense in the nation.
Yeah, especially with who he's doing it with. I don't think it's any better.
And then next year, all youngsters on the defensive line.
Yeah, he don't want that.
It's like, it was like a perfect storm. But I'm glad that all things work together for Notre Dame. I just shifted the scripture a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because Notre Dame loves the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All things work together to the good for those that love the Lord. I think this is the perfect time, man. This is really a blessing in disguise, in my opinion.
Yes,
it really is. I think it infuses a new energy, a new thought, and it forces teams that thought they might have a handle on what Notre Dame does defensively. Now they have to sit back and wait because they don't know what Mike Mickens is going to bring or whomever the new defensive coordinator is. I think that bodes well for Notre Dame as they go into this new era with the program ascending. It's new, it's fresh, and I like it. I really like it, Left. I like it. I think it's perfect for everybody. Did I want Al Golden to leave? Absolutely not. Want nothing but the best for him, his family, and I hope the Bengals make it to the AFC playoffs and continue to lose to Patrick Mahomes. That's you know what I'm saying?
That's unfair to say because Patrick, it's like the playoffs.
Al is the one that has to stop Pat, right? That's who he has to stop, right?
Oh my gosh, I am over the Josh Allen conversation.
I said no. I said he has to stop Pat. Al Golden.
Al Golden.
Pat, right?
I think Al Golden just jumped into the pool in which he wanted to be in anyway. I think he just, like you said, this was his hottest entrance back into the league was this year. It was now or never. And I'm sure he probably looked at Marcus Freeman and was like, come on, I want to be up there again. And he's no different than our guy Matt LaFleur. We knew Matt LaFleur as a league guy. It was just a matter of time. It was just we had a good season. It was an opportunity to get back. I mean, some guys are built for the league, and some, enjoy this stage of growth. And they're a lot younger, like a Mike Mickens. I think it's just a great transition. Just like he got the great Aldrich Estime graduation. Jaden and Deion Cosley took that opportunity.
Facts.
The great Austin, man, listen, you got to the national championship.
Yeah.
And you contribute here and there, but your stock is high.
Yeah.
You would gain more leaving than staying. And they understood that. They was like, we're going to ride this, and our transfer portal numbers, regardless of what the film say, is just going to be high.
And that's an easy yes, right?
Easy yes. Easy yes.
Like,
I just saw you on TV.
I still got a condo there. That's where I came from. Joe Burrow is the quarterback. So my defense really only has to be top 15. All I have to do is just a little bit.
He said, I saw what Cincinnati looked like. I can get it better than that.
Yes.
And that was the bar is low.
Yes.
The bar is low. So I'll go know what's going on. He's like, listen, y'all need me. But I was a linebacker coach and we went to the Super Bowl. Okay, I was hot then. I came back hot. And y'all really need me because y'all linebackers were Pratt. It's trash. It's terrible. But that's a great thing for Al Golden because now he's going into a place that needs him instead of the bar that he set at Notre Dame where you just went to a championship and it started cracks in the seams was coming.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a good refresher to get a guy like Mike Mickens with some of the same fundamentals, some of the same things, but he can change tendencies. So you can still keep that balance on defense and that unexpectedness on defense under Mike Mickens if he's the hired guy. And I think it's for Marcus Freeman at least some great synergy in this offseason. He's not getting hit behind the head or from the side with things where he's like, what? How do I handle this? At least this is like everything's in front of me. Okay, Al goes at the door, but Mike Mickens is right behind me. Like at least he can feel more in control of this his program, but he should have a little more leeway. I know we didn't win, and it probably is like tough to kind of go through, but Marcus Freeman has the advantage going into this offseason, and I hope he can turn some heads.
Yeah. So I really think the third thing I wanted to point out is that if Mike Mickens is the successor at the defensive coordinator position left, sometimes, remember, I would say during games, Al Golden is doing too much. He just does too much. Like he brings pressure when he does. Like, dude, we don't have to bring pressure.
And maybe some of it is more of a league balance where you got a little more practice time with the stuff that he's running that guys at that level can handle a little bit better, hit home a little, you know what I'm saying? So I think he's graduated his own self in the sense of like, I'm not giving up on the things that I really like to do. I just need to put him with guys that I could get more time with. I'm assuming, especially when he probably noticed there's some plays that we gave up explosive plays, but they wasn't supposed to happen like that. Where he's like, okay, this is a talent thing. It's about as much as I can get out of the maximum I can get out of this defense is a 3-year span. Like I get that. Yeah. In today's terms, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Defense coordinator, especially it's a long time when you're getting better every year and you're not getting poached or you're not trying to leave for somewhere better or whatever. So for you to get better at a good program, you've established a core where you're like, okay, I've maxed these guys out. What do? I've maxed them out so much that I've gotten new guys and they've been okay in this system. Like even the new guys are doing all right. And so his resume is super strong. I mean, bulletproof going into a league interview with a team that needs a defensive coordinator. I'm like, oh my God, we were worst defense ever. So it all worked out perfect. I think this is a smooth transition. Now, offense is taking some hits. Transfer. I mean, we probably had the most transfers came from the offense, and the most intake came to the defense. So, what does that say? We lost the most on offense, but gained the most defensively so far.
Let me preface it because there were 2 names added. 2 offensive linemen have jumped into the portal, and I want to tip my cap to everyone that jumped in the portal. Great young men, fantastic leaders, fantastic examples of Notre Dame football, the brotherhood, on the field, off the field, were very much prominent parts of Notre Dame making a run to the national championship. Now, can I keep it a buck, left? Can I keep it a buck? Notre Dame ain't losing that much, dog. From the people that jumped in the portal, Notre Dame ain't losing that much. That's the truth of the matter. Not losing that much. What are we really talking about? What are we really talking about? I saw somebody in the chat say, man, O-line numbers getting low. What are we talking about? Jags, Shroff, Craig, Knapp, Wagner, Absher, Lambert. What are we talking about? Matty Augustine coming in, Strebick coming in. What are we talking about? Will Black coming in. What are we talking about? Remember when people was like, oh, Zeke Correll jumped in the portal. Yeah, all right. Okay, Ashton Craig. It's like, what are we talking about? O-line is the last position I'm worried about. The last position I'm worried about. We lost Jaden Thomas, Deion Cozy. Let me tell you something, man. Oh, some good dudes, man. I'm gonna tell you from like
They're great dudes.
being great dudes, man. Great dudes that had the opportunity to bounce last year.
Yeah, they probably got great offers to go somewhere and do the. I mean, it's one of those things where the ultra gets to make graduation, man. It's like we are thankful that it worked out on your end and on our end. You're gonna have opportunities to go somewhere. Y'all probably go somewhere together, whatever.
Go back home closer to Georgia. 2 Georgia kids, probably go somewhere in the South, maybe Georgia.
I'm saying,
something like that. Jaden Thomas is a great leader. Anybody looking for some locker room to lead a wide receiving core?
These guys have the credentials to go wherever they want. They got the G14 classification. They'll walk through the transfer portal and just pick where they want to go. That's the benefit. That's the part you feel good about when these guys are making these exits. That you don't got to worry about them. They're gonna be straight.
No.
And for what, like you said, are we losing something traumatic? No. In fact, it just kind of clears the room for guys that need an opportunity to see if they can look better than what we had before. It's like you in the way. You're not that we can't appreciate what you offer, but it's like Steve needs to be next.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, these are all your boys leaving, Steve. Exactly. I should tell you something. This is your class leaving. This is not like it's like the younger class or like a freshman or like we didn't have like a Rico Flores situation. No, these are guys that are like, thank you. I've been here. I've done all I could. These are everybody in Steve's class pretty much. So it's like, man, that's telling you something that one, Marcus Freeman must have heard what Brian Kelly said and said that this is still his guys. Well, he was like, okay, well, there's no way these are your guys after this year.
Yeah. And like Jay Grizz, I see your comments. As always, thank you, Jay Grizz, for locking in with us. Man, I don't care. Let me tell you something. This is what I was telling people that tried to tell me, but Charles Jagasaw, he only has he's only played 2 games, right? I don't give a darn. He's elite. Like, dude,
people at practice know.
We got 2 dudes coming in the 26 class that are elite. Gerby Lambert is going to be elite. I'm sorry we lost the 2 offensive linemen that we lost, but they're not elite. Give me elite players. I don't care if they haven't played. Give me elite players over okay players that have experience any day in my room. Please elevate the talent in my room. That's why you have a coach.
But these guys aren't leaving and not thinking that and not knowing that that's the reason. These guys aren't leaving to be like, oh, they know. Because they've seen Charles Jagasaw at practice. They didn't need to see a game for them to know, oh, yeah, he should be in the starting lineup healthy.
Bro, Rocco got hurt. But, dude, and it's just, I'm not being disrespectful. Rocco got hurt against Penn State. And immediately you saw the difference with Charles Jagasaw at right guard. It was immediate.
And Charles Jagasaw doesn't even play there specifically.
And then this dude, the next week, goes to left tackle.
And did good. And then played for 12 games before that.
So if you're Rocco, and I said this before, Left, when you get to a point in Notre Dame where you have fulfilled and given everything and you have nothing else to prove academically or
that window. When the window is passed, you
have the right to do whatever is best for you.
Yeah, when you graduate, I don't want to hear nothing. When you graduate, I don't want to hear nothing. Let me do what I want to do.
And Rocco Spindler deserve to go find bigger roles because they have a limited.
Zeke went to be center at NC State.
Had the best year of his life.
Best year of his life. Now he's about to get drafted, and they think he's a top center. Like,
absolutely.
you leave Notre Dame and realize, damn, I really was good. It was just over there. It's kind of crazy. That's all it is.
No, they showed no. They didn't have to leave. They showed that they were good when they took over for Ashton Craig, Billy Shroud.
Yep.
When they took over as the backups, they showed that they were good.
They were viable.
They raised their stock to be able to make this move. They raised their stock on a national championship run to be able to make this move and to be appealing to other schools.
Yep.
That's the benefit. Everybody ate. Everybody ate off of this year, bro. Backups, starters, everybody ate. The program, recruiting, man. The school financially, everybody ate off of this national championship run. Everybody. So that's why hey, man, go make that money. Go be a starter for somebody. Go give yourself a real chance to get to the National Football League. Because you definitely have the foundation being taught in this Notre Dame offensive line room. You definitely have the foundation. But Notre Dame isn't losing anything from a talent standpoint in the offensive line.
No.
They're not. They're not. Do they lose some experience? Yep, I said that at the beginning. Do they lose leadership with Pat Coogan? Absolutely. But now it's time for Ashton Craig to be a leader. Now it's time for Billy Shroud to be a leader. It's time for you to be a leader. Step up, pick up the cross, and let's get it going. Super chat. Austin Elliott, we appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat, man. We appreciate you so much. Marcus Freeman will bring us a natty and have a statue at Notre Dame. Love y'all and keep doing your thing. Eternal blessings and favor to you, Austin. We appreciate you, my man. I got ND Milton fan. How many reads do good quarterbacks miss in a game? If you have a super chat GTB question, get it in. We'll get to it as soon as we see it. How many reads do good quarterbacks miss in a game? So, yeah. I'm sure Left, once he pops back in, is going to have an answer. Reads or throws? I want to make sure because you can actually make a throw and it's the wrong read, and then you can actually pull the ball down and scramble for a first down, and you miss the read. So, man, I would Left really answer that. It's probably more than we think. That would be my guess. It's probably more than we think. And Ben Johnson, who was just hired, his press conference, his introductory press conference was yesterday. He said something that I never really thought about. He said for over 40 years, the biggest win-loss indicator in football has been turnover ratio. He said it has been replaced, and the numbers bear this out. It has been replaced by quarterback performance in football. And for a minute, I was like, man. And I'm like, yo, he might be right. Because I've seen good enough quarterbacks overcome mistakes. Whether it's by the defense, special teams, that is the biggest determining factor in football. For the most part. It's not 100% true all the time, but the majority of the time, yeah, I agree with that. So in saying that and then connecting that to your question, ND Milton fan, I would probably say it's more than we think. I would probably say there's a misread on let's say you go on a 10-play drive, minimum 1 to 2 misreads. Did you see the question, Love?
What?
Oh. I want to hear you answer this, bro, because I think it's more than people think. ND Milton fan said, how many reads do good quarterbacks miss in a game?
I mean, shit. I mean, it just depends. Like, for instance, Will Howard was 17 to 21. It's about a third of the plays, maybe less, that you've ran in the total game. So, I mean, that's pretty good odds for that game. But in that game, he also was not touched. So it was easier for him to go 17 for 21, you know. But would you call that? I mean, that's good for the game, but I don't know. I think.
But you can go into the film room, Left. Like, you can throw to an open receiver and that not be. And you
But he's saying miss reads. I mean, you're going to miss a ton of reads. I mean, it's just
that's what I was saying. I was like, you probably on a 10-play drive, you probably miss what, 1 or 2 reads. Even if it leads to a touchdown, you go back and film.
Because you gotta think, even the misreads have other things that happen off of it that can be big plays where you're like, nobody will know it's a misread because you know what I mean? And that's more times than not. That's like, for instance, defensively, 99% of the time on defense, somebody's messing up. Nobody plays defense where all 11 guys are doing everything they're supposed to do. That happens maybe 2% of the game, which means that somebody is always a liability. You just got to find them. That's how you think of it as a quarterback. It's like the odds are, especially in college and in NFL, 90% of the 98, 95% of all the plays against the defense, somehow the defense is going to mess up. Because not all 11 guys are going to do the right thing because we're coming out and we're doing all type of stuff ourselves. So you just got to find that one guy that messes up. Usually it leads to a big play or a touchdown 9 times out of 10. So in terms of reads, yeah, you're going to miss that one guy that messes up on the defense at some point. So, yeah, he's there. That's why they say he's there all the time. You getting that is where you get like the 64%, the 90%. You know, you see Jared Goff go perfect in the game, 16 to 16 or something like that. But that's 16 plays out of the 70 or so are you running. So read wise, I think what you're asked to do matters. Like Will Howard wasn't asked to make magic now. Like even on the game sealing throw, it was a one-on-one to the best receiver arguably in the country with no safety help and a head start. Like but when
you
you're thinking
a check down, you can throw a check down, and the offensive coordinator's like, "Oh my God, we have to do open."
Right, I don't know. Some guys give up on the read.
Yeah,
they hit the check down because it's the first thing that flashes in front of their face, and you can't get mad because you can't go above taking a profit. You're like, but I called the play to hit this. Like, what are we doing? Like, as offensive coordinator, I get mad all the time. Because I'm like, yeah, you missed the hell out of the read. I don't care that we made a play or you hit the check down or hit something else that you saw. I'm like, I needed to see you hit this because we got to do this off of it. So that's the battle as offensive coordinators. Like, yeah, this play is going to work. The way I'm thinking it might work, but in a different way. But that throws you off on the momentum of how you calling plays. Because you're like, okay, this is going to my dog right here, 83. It goes to 16 for 50 yards. And you're like, well, I got to get him activated, and so how do I get him back to it? And it's 16 hot now. So it's like one of those things.
It's just amazing to me, man. I'm watching the film. And if you haven't seen it, Left, I don't know if you've seen it over on the message board. Brian Driscoll pulled out, I think it's about 6 clips from the first half of just misreads and missed opportunities for big plays and Riley. And you talked about passes over 20 yards. He literally pulled in the first. They only had the ball three times.
3 times in the first half.
I think they had a minimum 5 opportunities for big plays where players were open. He had protection. Players were open. It's like.
But I told you that. I told people I told people. I just thought Will was worse. But Will had a running game. Our thing was, why would we even go into the game putting Riley in a position when you don't change from a week 2 of saying there's guys open all day, I just got to throw them, and all of a sudden a couple weeks later you're throwing them. It takes an off season. It takes more than 1 year, and in the highest moments, just like I said for Will Howard, it's gonna come 5 or 6 plays when you're gonna be nobody. It's gonna be nothing else but your individual talent that has to come through. It's not going to be a chance for you to run. The play was going to be called exactly how you wanted it. The route is going to be open in the look that we guessed it in. And we can't blame the offensive lineman. They protecting. You got to hit that open guy and find him. And Riley's game is not that. And I kept telling people, you cannot beat Ohio State if you don't throw the ball down the field.
And when they start throwing it down the field, they start lighting Ohio State up. It's
like, dude, everybody knows that. Why was Jack Cohn so successful? Because he threw the ball down the field. He did it versus Florida State, and he did it versus Oklahoma State. The first and the last game, he's throwing it down. And it's open. Tommy Rees had 500. We haven't seen anything close to 500 yards since Jack Cohn. And it was the same defensive coordinator.
Make me watch that game today when we did.
And it was the same defensive coordinator we just faced.
It was Jim Knowles.
And it didn't change. They do all that BS in the middle and all that stuff. They're vulnerable down the field. And Tommy Rees knew it. And Jack Cohn looked like Superman. But we don't have a Jack Cohn that can throw the football, which is the whole reason why I said Riley was never a fit.
Man, the fact you keep saying Jack Cohn is making me even more infuriated, bro.
I told you Jack Cohn's the best transfer we ever had. Best transfer we ever had.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Cohn is the passing game standard.
500 yards against Oklahoma State in the number 1 defense. 500 against the same defense coordinator we never threw the ball down the field against. That's why I'm like, why are we watching any other film? Turn on Jack Cohn, the guy I've been talking about. He's not the whole season. Jack Cohn showed you how to beat this team. Marcus Freeman, your first game was against Jim Knowles in that same defense. You should have told them, bro, I was here 3 years ago. Same dude. We got to throw the ball down the field. We had Jack Cohn back then. This dude, Riley, I know he can't throw, but you gotta tell him. It's gonna be there. So, but it goes back to why
I need one of these youngsters to replace Jack Cohn, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to talk about Jack Cohn anymore, bro.
And that's why it comes back to what we talked about. Fit is very important for this team.
Mm-hmm.
And Fit showed his ugly head in the moment in which we needed it. Riley Leonard looked like a fish out of water. I just knew when we got down 3 scores, I was like, how are we going to come back? How are we going to come back? We can't run our way back from 3 scores down, and we just can't stop a freaking bloody nose right now. How are we going to score points when we can't throw consistently down the field? So I knew it was wraps. But then I thought, damn, Jack Cohn in this situation would have threw for 500 yards.
With protection?
Yeah. Jack Cohn was getting beat up. Remember the broken finger, snapped it back, came in, threw a touchdown. Should have been in New York. It should have been
I think Jack everybody has to admit, that was the best pass pro probably all year from Notre Dame offensive line.
Come on now.
If not the best, one of the best.
I'll say wasn't on Riley's head like that. Riley was just blowing passes. Like, you're like, somebody help this guy. This is why I'm like, we should have looked at that way that Steve Angeli inserted himself in such a high stakes moment and performed so well to where we should have been like, let's just throw Steve in. Because Riley clearly can't get it done. And it sucks to watch it because it's like, oh my God, please. Could have thrown Steve in there a couple drives and try to close the gap. Why? Why not? But I think that was a call upstairs that was made, and you know how that goes.
I'm done talking about Steve Angeli too.
Oh yeah, Steve. Steve served his purpose, man. I think he should see the writing on the wall with his teammates that are taking that step to get the hottest you can get and get out. Steve can get a lot of schools based off that Penn State drive. I bet you Maryland, Illinois. There's some schools that want Steve in the Big Ten. They saw that Penn State drive. Said, "Oh, Steve might be something in the Big Ten." Kyle McCord. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, Double H. I see what you said in the chat. It was Jim Knowles' defense, bro. Doesn't matter if he didn't call the game. It was the same system they ran all year.
Wait, hold on. Wait, somebody trying to say that wasn't. Come on now.
He had taken the job at Ohio State.
Y'all acting like they just came up with a new defense on one game.
They did. They ran the exact same system.
And he had his understudies and all that. Yeah.
It's that's tomato. The point is, you're not beating the Jim Knowles system unless you throw the ball down the field.
We had 500 with worse receivers. And that's not saying
the best receiver in that game is now a backup defensive back at Ohio State. It's just facts.
Worst receivers had 500 yards versus the same defense. So I don't understand how we thought. Because if you think about it, we couldn't run that game either. That's why we had 500 yards. We gave up the run.
Jack did that behind one of the worst offensive lines.
We gave up on the run in the first couple drives. We gave up on the run first couple drives. We said we ain't running. Man. We ain't gonna waste no time doing that. Jack had like 40-something attempts.
I think Jack threw the ball 50 times, over 50 times that game.
Yeah. Like we gave up on the run so quick. So it was like, I don't know. I think this should be a lesson that you cannot win the games that matter if you don't have the right fit.
Jack threw the ball 58 times left.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. And look good doing it. We should have won. Hell.
Hey, Spencer Sanders threw it 51.
And that was a great game. It was a real PlayStation Fiesta Bowl. Like, so, I mean, hell, Steve went 6 for 7 like it was nothing. And, so I think that if I was coaching, I would have threw Steve in the game, loosen up some of that pass, especially if I'm watching guys open and he's not throwing it. I'm like, get out of here. Get Steve on the phone. I just need you for a couple drives. Act like you got a concussion again, Riley.
Yeah.
I thought that was the spot that we should have paid attention to when it happened naturally. When it happened naturally and we were forced to do it differently, we were more successful.
But you're not doing that because you haven't done it.
When we were forced to do it, it looked great and we should have took it and ran with it.
What did you say? You were forced to do it. That staff was going to have to be forced to do it.
When we were down 3 scores, we should have felt forced.
No. It was going to take that dude hobbling off the field.
Why? That's what I'm saying. That's not what we need. We don't need him to be tattered up, limping.
What do you mean,
we need to throw the ball.
Can we be honest about it? Hey, man, we going to ride this horse. I
swear to God, that's what it was.
We're going to squeeze every bit of juice out of this, man.
I promise to God, that is exact. Somebody made a call to Denver. I can say we're winning it through 13. Because how the hell you go 18 plays with all him? 18 plays first drive, all him. He is out of gas. He was done around the end of the second quarter. He was done. Somebody made that call and said, hey, we're gonna win this game. It's through number 13. I don't care if we throw it twice on first down. I don't care if he throws it every time. He's going to be the guy that's holding up that trophy if we win this game. And it looked like it. And we sold ourselves on it because it just, I can't explain it. I can't explain any other way how we look so out of pocket against a defense that what were they really doing? What were they really doing? We didn't give them enough to be chewing on the run to be like, oh, they just shut down our run. We didn't commit to it enough. And
Man, when you see your quarterback on third goal, when you see your quarterback bent over, bro, having the O-line have to like help him back to the bottom.
And Jeremiah Love is untethered, healthy as hell.
And that cat Mike Denbrock called quarterback again, like run it again. Like Denbrock, that was mad petty, bro. That was mad petty. You could have handed the ball off and found a way to get in the end zone. It's like, it was a great start to the game. It set the tone. You thought. Exactly. That's perfect. Going back to Rocky. That's perfect. Bob 43 Crable. That's him drop. If he dies, he dies. Yeah. He's giving them the rock, man. It was absolutely insane. They do. The Notre Dame offensive line next year, Nick 64 Monicani. Thank you for the GTB question. Dude, if they're not at least finalists for the award, I would be disappointed next year. I'll be flat out honest. I would expect Michigan to return to the conversation again next year. They were very young this year, have a lot of turnover. They got a lot of playing experience with their young offensive line this year. Next year, I would expect Michigan to return to that conversation. Notre Dame, I would expect them to be in the conversation. Iowa normally is going to be in the conversation. Ohio State brings a lot back from guard to guard. So they could be in the conversation. Oregon is usually in the conversation. Texas loses a lot, especially at the tackle position. So I don't know about them. LSU lost a lot. I think LSU lost 3 of their 5 starters, if I'm not mistaken. Alabama, man, they were supposed to take another step because they had a young offensive line. Nick Saban's last year, they put up the big money to get Proctor to come back after he transfers to Iowa and then goes back to Alabama. So all of those guys would be like in their second or third years. But their coordinator really does. Their head coach, is he really going to commit to the run? That bears watching as well. So I would say my top 3 teams will be Michigan, Notre Dame, and Ohio State offensive lines, which probably tells you some teams that are going to be really good next year. Jay Grizz, was Riley Leonard allowed to audible and check in and out of plays? And out of those plays, how many times does the quarterback not check in and out of the right plays? I think out of his own words, I don't know about checking 2 plays, but I know he had the responsibility. No, Mike Denbrock. Matter of fact, we don't even have to worry about Riley Leonard. Mike Denbrock, multiple times. He spoke about this before the Penn State game and before the national championship. He talked about Riley Leonard needing to be able to get Notre Dame into the right play. He has multiple plays. and he has to look at the defense and make sure that he gets us into the right play. So yeah, he had options. He had options, which is crazy because Sam Hartman didn't have those options built in. But Riley Leonard did. I think Riley Leonard, for the most part, looking at the film, had Notre Dame in the right plays. He just didn't make the plays. Speaking of the national championship game, I can't see, I just don't remember him calling a play and the play just got blown up. I don't remember that. I think there was like an outside run that they tried. I didn't even understand that. You know, like that defense wants to run side to side, the Ohio State defense. But other than that, Bob 43 Crable. Not to get too deep, what happened briefly with the Shanklin recruiting process? That kid has the longest arms. Oh man. Oh man. How can I say this? I think it was easy to see that he wasn't a Notre Dame kid. I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. You know, it's a lot of kids that will use the brand of Notre Dame. Like there's a recent kid that put Notre Dame in his, the Waverly kid, the tight end, that made his decision on TV, national TV, at the Navy All-American game and had Notre Dame on the table. And it's like, dude, you haven't been in contact with Notre Dame for at least a month and a half. You know, so I don't think Damian Shanklin ever had intentions to stay home. You know, certain kids are just, they're locked in to play elsewhere. He's just one of those kids. He wanted to play in the SEC. Same thing with Taylor Taylor, wide receiver out of Geneva up here in the Chicagoland area. 5-star wide receiver. Everybody's like, man, Notre Dame, how did Notre Dame let him get away? He was never coming to Notre. He was never staying in the Midwest. He wanted to play for an SEC school, and he went to Georgia. Georgia was pretty much his top school for a long time. A long time. So, Lucky Lefty Podcast. Left, I saved this question for you, bro.
Yep.
No, not that one. I'm sorry. This one from Jay Grizz, I believe. Was Riley Leonard allowed to audible and check in and out of plays? And out of those plays, how many times does the quarterback not check in and out of the right play?
I think Riley had very minimal ability at the line pre-snap. And then I don't think he had the ability to change plays considering what he's going to change to.
I think he had multiple plays. I think he had multiple plays built into the offense.
I think he had plays where they had two directions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they had plays where it was pass run necessarily, but either way, I don't think.
No, I can tell you, I can confirm that he had run pass.
Okay, but even in those situations, he's not there long enough to feel comfortable enough to use it to an advantage. So it's just a tool to have. Like when I'm doing calling games on CBS, I have a telestrator that I could draw on if I need it. It's just a tool, but I'm not whipping out a telestrator and circling on all game. You know, it's available, but it's not making the difference in the game.
Yeah. I just think I will say this, and I said this, and you say things, and sometimes people just don't like hearing it about their guy. And I think that's, family member. I tell people all the time, like, yo, I could talk about my siblings and crack jokes as much as I want, but you can't talk about my family to me. Like, I can talk about my family. Just because you're my boy, don't think you could talk about my family to me. Like, you can't do that. And I think sometimes when you critique Notre Dame players, certain Notre Dame players, the fan base kind of has that vibe, like, hey, don't talk about our guy, and that's cool. But I noticed early in the season that he doesn't process as well as a quarterback needs to process. And that's why he misses reads. He doesn't process and he doesn't anticipate.
He does. I don't think he trusts his own passing skill enough to where he's taking those chances in that way. I think he's just a good athlete. He's got some size. I don't think he's the cerebral type to chess match you through a game. I think he's just one of those hard-nosed football players that is just going to play what's in front of him. I don't think he was ever playing 3 steps ahead of the defense or doing certain things as in a game between the game. I think he was just playing the game. Like, call a play, we run it. If you don't like it, run it this way. I think that's just who he is as a player. But I don't think that he's like looking at the game from a perspective of telling coach we need to call these certain passes because they're giving me a look. They're trying, he ain't, it's like, Riley, I need you to put your heart on the line and take on 6 defenders for a touchdown. Like that's who Riley is. He's not the guy that's like Bryce Young that's gonna have only way they're beating Georgia is he does it himself by throwing 400 yards and doing all these spectacular throws. And Riley's pretty straightforward. He's gonna call the plays you give him, and then he's gonna be tough. So fit matters, and we need a better fit. But that Max Duggan, I talked about Max Duggan. He is no different than the Max Duggan kid. Love him. Super passionate, hard nosed. As an athlete, look like he can play a couple different positions. You don't really want to talk about his passing because it's not about that. It's about him being the leader.
Intangibles, yeah.
And he's rallying the guys because he's running over the opposing defenders and jumping over guys. And how did he make that play? And is he hurt? He just keeps getting up. Good old that stuff. So that's who he is. Like we saw Max Duggan when they need a quarterback to win the game. All that tough stuff is cool, but we need somebody that's going to be precision, dimes, all of that. You're going to get blown out. And TCU got blown out. When we got that lead, I didn't feel confident that we were going to rally behind his passing skills necessarily. And we wasn't giving it to Jeremiah Love like that. So it was just, the equation didn't seem right to equal out what we wanted to. But at the end of the day, I think that's why recruits have said before we even got to the national championship, they want to wait and see what the offense looks like next year.
I don't know if you saw how the squad was welcomed back to South Bend, bro, but it was dope. If you haven't seen it, go to the WNDU X feed. I mean, it was like police cars, fire trucks, and the streets were lined with Notre Dame fans, bro, in the cold. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, we got whooped. I thought we whooped ourselves. Like,
I'm still bitter. If you left, because I don't know if you've seen the film yet, the All 22, but when you're going to be so mad when you see the All 22, especially offense. You're gonna be like, these dudes really can't cover. That's what you're really going to say, like.
But it goes to the same point of why I was so strong on that point of Riley is giving us what in that department. Forget all the running and all of that. Talk about passing the football when we need to win the game, dude. Like, we didn't figure that out all year. Now, thank goodness we had a good enough team to where we didn't have to. Didn't have to. Defense was real strong. We had some playmakers at running back. The running game was strong with the quarterback. But, like, it's like one of those things where guys are just going in the NBA. They just going to let you shoot the three. Zion. Riley Leonard is Zion Williamson for this team. They were giving you the three all night, and it was giving you anxiety because you wouldn't throw it. And what happened when Zion hit that first three? It was like, oh, thank you. Or more like Ben Simmons. Riley Leonard is Ben Simmons. Great driver of the basketball. But when it comes to hitting threes, you got to sub him out. I feel like that's fair. He's the highest paid on Brooklyn, but they know he can't shoot. So Ohio State was basically like, man, we're going to let Ben Simmons shoot these threes. Forget what y'all talking about. We're going to protect the paint and shoot. DBs probably gave him honestly, knowing how the game is, the DBs probably stopped running after a certain point anyway. They're like, this dude ain't going to throw it deep. It's like you get tired of running, a bunch of sprints after a while. You kind of start cheating it a little bit where you running, but you ain't running for real because he's not going to throw it. He is Ben Simmons. They let Ben Simmons, Riley Leonard shoot the three. And we just refused it. That's why he's Ben Simmons, because he refuses to shoot it. Not he's just bricking it. He's
his own words. Those are his own words.
His own words now. He said, guys are open. I just gotta what Ben Simmons say? The three is open, and I'm not even looking to take it. I'll drive and kick it. So that's what we had at quarterback, Ben Simmons. We paid him a lot of money. You can win some games, but when they say, all right, we're gonna pack it in, we're gonna put all the bigs in the paint, give him about 6 feet of space so he doesn't drive past you, and let him shoot it. And Ohio State was saying, let him throw it deep. We let him. And what did Ben Simmons, just like Riley Leonard, didn't do? They didn't even look at it. He didn't even look at it. I'm sure if I watched it, I'm like, he didn't even think to look at it. He didn't even think like, let me take a shot. Let me look at something deep. Egregious. So that was something I've always spoke on. Riley has spoke on it. Hell, Denbrock stopped talking about it and tried to shift it to, yeah, we got to have guys help our quarterback play better. But with winning mask all things, you don't think about how important it is that you still need to throw the football. So I don't know. I hope that Marcus Freeman realizes this and knows that we have to have a capable passer. We have to find more balance passing the football, even if we're still very strong running it. Because in games that matter and they shut the water off on the run, or we're not calling the run like we should, somebody got to show up. And Jaden Grayhouse can't throw it to himself. And Jeremiah Love, I'm tired of seeing him blocking. I honestly don't like seeing him block. I don't like seeing Jeremiah Love block.
Baffling, bro.
I don't. Not that he can't or she shouldn't, but I'm like, dude.
Remember, they asked him like week 5. I think it was before the Georgia Tech game, and they were asking Jeremiah, like, yo, how do you feel? How do you feel with Riley Leonard being the leading rusher on this team? And you could just tell, like, He
It's
was
like,
raised.
wow.
Remember after I played the clip, I was like, boy, he's been raised right. And I'm like, yo, this kid's been raised right. And you could tell, like, deep down, he wants to be like, man, that's some book. Like, y'all
But
know.
it
But,
is.
no.
It
He's
is.
like, don't ask me, what do y'all think? What do you think about Riley Leonard being the leading rusher on this team? What do you think? Don't ask me, what do you think? Because you already know what I think. What do you think? But he's raised right. He's raised right. So he was like, yo, I love blocking for him. Now, when Cat starts saying, yeah, he out there, like Lamar Jackson, it's like, all right, now relax. Relax.
I don't even want to repeat that because I didn't see no Lamar Jackson in that game.
And that's why Marcus Freeman immediately said, all right, we're doing too much. We're doing too much with Lamar Jackson stuff.
That's what I'm saying. It's like we had to carry. It's like, dude, I love that we gas up who we bring in, but Georgia don't gas up their quarterbacks like that. They don't. I think that we've done so well having such an obvious blemish in our armor offensively that I just don't find a way that we make that same mistake moving forward. That's why I believe that 50% of next year's offense has to come from the quarterback throwing the football. We're going to see more of what Denbrock liked with Jaden Daniels than whatever this makeshift offense was. Like, literally, you almost have to throw out the entire season offensively. Throw it out. Because even with another quarterback, you would just be losing running the same plays that you did with Riley. You just be losing. Because for 6 weeks, he was the leading ball carrier. So half the film, you just got to scrap. Half the film, you got to be like, turn the next. So it's like, that's such a huge responsibility on why the quarterback issue has to be right. It has to be catered and nurtured. And those receivers got to have enough experience to where they can get open for the guy. I don't think we'll have an issue like we did under Alexander, where we couldn't get open. So getting open is not going to be an issue. It's going to be how consistent and how comfortable can a quarterback be throwing it when we're calling 30, 40 passes a game. We were calling like 21. That's like what you call for a high school guy. 22 passes. Like, come on, like that. And we won that much. That just shows you if we had anything better, anything more capable, anything that was more of a threat in the passing game, we probably would have won by 100 points. We walked into a championship game with a quarterback throwing under 3,000 yards. Oh, man. And that's with extra games.
Yeah.
Nobody is looking at you and thinking that you're Ryan Day's like, listen, I know he's good, but Lord Jesus, these numbers are too obvious. These numbers are too obvious. You're not going to convince me that he's stopping me. He's going to turn up and throw for 400 yards in a championship. There's just no way. 20 under 3,000 yards and you're 16 games in. Denbrock's probably like, dude, how is that even possible? I almost threw for 5,000 with one dude with less games and won a Heisman and got 2 first-round receivers. It's like, I know he probably sitting in his room with something strong in his cup. And it's like, how did I get through that? How did we get better with doing less?
And see, Notre Dame fans have been here before. It'll be the same thing. When it was Ian Book, he just won't throw it. Like, yo, dudes are open, he just won't pull the trigger. He just won't pull the trigger.
Just won't do it. I did it.
I'm gonna tell you. Wait. I'm gonna tell you one thing. For sure, I can't speak to Steve. I can speak about CJ and Kenny.
No, they throwing it. Oh yeah.
They pulling the trigger.
Oh,
you might be mad after you see where the bullet goes, but they pulling the trigger, dog. It might go to the other team a few times.
Cool.
But the two youngsters,
I honestly don't even mind that. I don't mind that. I don't mind that for the first couple because we still got a good schedule next year. So I don't mind them testing the waters. Now, Brandon did a little bit too much, but he was asked to do too much too. Ian had the perfect combination. Ian himself just didn't throw it, but Ian had the perfect combination. They run him a little bit, okay, but then they're like, here we go. We about to here is laid out for you. Brandon was like, we got to run you to death. Then we're going to ask you to throw it and be an all-time great thrower. And so his picks were like through the game. It was like, oh, you're tired. Like you're making tired decisions. Like that was Brandon's fault. He was making tired decisions. But Ian had that perfect. It was like, what do you want to do? We just couldn't throw it deep. Hell, that beat us against Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence threw it deep. When we played the Clemson Lawrence Tigers and not the Clemson team we beat at home, what did Trevor Lawrence do? Broke the game open by running us over and throwing it deep. It was a close little back and forth for a little bit until when? Our good old guy, poor little Shaun Crawford. Trevor Lawrence threw that post a couple times. Then got to running for first down a couple times. It was over.
Oh, by the way, LL Nation, Notre Dame fans, I heard from Roosevelt this morning. He inboxed me. He
couldn't come to the stage?
No, he couldn't come to the show. He inboxed me on Facebook and literally said, still 1988. And I said, the nerve. I said,
the nerve.
I said, you've been hiding for about 2 months. You've been hiding for 2 months, and the nerve. You come out after the national championship.
I'm not talking about.
You know what I told him? You know what I told him? Don't wait. That's okay. Week 1.
Yeah. You ain't forgot about you.
We don't have to talk about 1988. We don't have to talk about nobody else. I don't have to talk about
2025.
It's Notre Dame, Miami. That's it. That's all. We've been waiting for this. Roosevelt, we've been waiting for this. Yeah.
You've been running.
Yep.
You've been chatting.
He's still running.
You've been running and chatting. Now you can't run now. You can do all your 88 jokes now. It's all good. 88. You have been gone all season. That's what killing about these Ohio State fans. Now I'm getting all these random Buckeye fans. Where was y'all at during the heat of the battle?
Sorry, man. I literally sent up a prayer for that one lady.
Oh my! Like that's what I'm saying.
That was a demon. That was a demon speaking, bro. No, I'm being serious, bro. That could not have been her, bro. That was a demonic force speaking right there, bro.
That's what I'm like. Oh my God. That's why you can't respect smack. Smack talking is a respected sport. Because you gotta be strong enough to do it when you don't know what's gonna happen. You gotta be strong enough to take it when it doesn't go your way. But you can't respect the people that wait till they see around the corner or is it coast is clear. Now you want to come out talking like, shut up. We're not hearing that. Where was y'all when I was on Instagram being like, yeah, we in y'all first quarter? The whole Ohio State bar was quiet.
I respect you because you went to an Ohio State bar.
Went to the bar by myself.
Solo.
Oh, I had him on.
It came out unscathed.
I had him on hush mode. That's what it was. I had him on hush. Man, that first drive, I'm running around the field. I'm doing the shirt. I'm talking. I was fair because when we lost, I took a little video. We lost but I was fair. I was still going. Like, y'all fake Ohio State fans, the coast is clear, homies. Like, they just, okay, now I'm like, oh, it's over. We won. How much we win? Okay, we won by a lot. Okay, now I'm going to start talking about you. That's crazy.
I told you they think they can scare you off, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, we do the smack talk. Y'all just corny. We don't respond to the corny stuff now.
Right.
But if y'all talking all week and then we get to the game, y'all talking, okay, okay, I'll go back and forth with you. Okay.
Halsey 3. How much money did Jalen Sneed make himself by his play at the end of the year?
They didn't play him in a game in the championship. What happened with that?
He played. He didn't play. I don't know. The game playing defensively, bro.
I just can't. It's too much of an outlier. Like, I can't compare that defense and what we did offensively to any other game. Like, I can't look and be like, oh, we've done that before. I don't know what we was doing. Like, I felt like we, outside of not getting the ball in the first half, I felt like we were just wasting plays after a while. Like, we just calling stuff like.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we got to calling Riley's number back to back to back, I said, what is this? What is this? I couldn't even cheer at the bar. I'm like, what do y'all want me to say to this? I don't know who this is. This is not. He must have got that Duke offensive playbook switched out, before the game or something. That's crazy.
Halsey 3 with another GTB. Get your GTB and super chats in. How frustrated do you think Denbrock was with how unbalanced they were offensively?
Devastated. He probably felt like, like, y'all think I'm bad at what I do? That just shows you why fit matters. And it's not even Riley's fault necessarily. He just got placed in a spot where he couldn't win like he was winning at Duke. And thank goodness for the team and the scheduling and how things are set up that it could have been a totally different season for Riley Leonard. How many times do we see in college football these transfer quarterbacks get phased into oblivion, including myself, at Florida, when shit doesn't go right? Winning, in my opinion, kept Riley there. Because if we started to lose like NIU or something, there's no way you can't tell me Steve wasn't going to be in that game. So I think it was just a blessed situation for, Riley prays hard. It worked out and got us to the championship. So I think it is a great lesson to learn, but there's just so many. I think there's a bigger hole to fill, which was always my fear, especially the way how this season went. Especially if Angeli leaves, I think it would be just a huge loss because we didn't win a championship to what it takes to get back to balance offensively. Because now you didn't train much of a Kenny, you didn't get much of a CJ. Steve is a possible unknown of coming back. So you're walking into this year with an unknown guy that you really don't believe that much in, and he's not more talented than the younger guys. And the younger guys, you gave no chances to during the season to really step into a role comfortable enough to not feel like a first time ever thing. And the dynamic of the position is changing. We're not asking you to be the leading rusher of the team. We're not even calling offense like that. Like, we damn near got to once again start over and know what you like. So that's why I think the competition can't be no drawn out thing. I think it should be done by spring, live with it, and really grow and take care of your quarterback. Don't just give them a baseline test of things to do and you don't expand or grow in his skill set, and now you flipping and switching quarterbacks all season. I think that will put the program in reverse for Marcus Freeman. I think that's the biggest pitfall he needs to avoid going into the offseason. Outside of recruiting and stacking them giant dudes in the middle, he needs to have a solid quarterback plan. Like, I'm telling you, this is a season where, yes, we depend on the quarterback now. Not last year. I'm not going to give us the credit that we needed Riley to win 15 game get championship. I still believe that anybody in this country could have did something close to that. But I also understand that now what you're losing because we didn't win everything, and if we're not getting a superstar Arch Manning or something like that, you're almost in the hole because you don't know what you have, even though you feel good about it. You don't know what you're doing on offense because there's no way you're carrying last year's offense into this year. There's just no way. Denbrock probably took that stuff away to, Probably tucked it away because he's like, that's just a special film for maybe Deuce Knight could have did some of that stuff if we kept Deuce Knight, you know. But for a CJ Carr, I'm not expecting nothing like that. I'm expecting a nice balanced run game and some throws and some outside the hash type of attention for receivers. I'd never felt like a receiver really got footing in this season either. These guys are just popping on the scene every now and again, you know, and so it's a whole lot of work that needs to be done offensively and at the quarterback position for the direction of the team. Because right now, what's the direction of the offense?
Man,
You got
super
guys
chat.
leaving. You got
Go ahead.
you got old linemen leaving. You got receivers leaving. What's the conversation? Where do you start? I think you start at the quarterback position. I think you talk to Denbrock and Gaduli and say, hey, while I handle all this other stuff, I need a quarterback decision by the third week of spring. I mean, I need us to feel good moving forward because we have to literally rebuild. We have to rebuild. And in rebuilding, we should be all right.
Super chat, Dark Baby. Thanks for the super chat. Did Indy higher ups force Freeman to overuse Riley?
Absolutely.
I ain't gonna go to that, man. Marcus Freeman is the head coach of the program, man. Riley got used because that's the most effective way he could impact the game. He couldn't be more effective in the passing game. There's no need to even overthink it. They literally said after the third game, we had to bring him back in and rebuild him and rebuild his confidence. And what better way to rebuild his confidence by allowing him to get going in the run? That's it. It's as simple as that. Had nothing to do with higher ups, man. He was not what they thought they were getting as a passer. It's really as simple as that. And they realize he is who he is. He is who he is. So, you take that for what it's worth. They realized he was who he was. That limited the offense. Had nothing to do. Pete Bavacca wasn't calling it down saying, use Riley Leonard. No, Riley Leonard made that decision for the staff. Thank you for the question, though, and the super chat. Super chat's GTB questions. Get them in. All right, let's dig in a little more. 5 transfers to this point. Today, Rocco Spindler, Pat Coogan, veteran offensive lineman, hop into the transfer portal. Yesterday, it was underclassmen, which is a bit of a shock, but then it's not shocking at all. You're going to need 8 to 9 offensive linemen next year to play. Guarantee you 8 to 9 offensive linemen are going to play at some point. Play key roles at some point in that offensive line. I pray that Notre Dame has a healthy year in the offensive line. I would love to see it. But more than likely, you're going to have twist ankles here, twisted knee here, maybe guys out for a week or two. And you're going to have 1 or 2 guys have to step up. So that gets you to 7. And, you have to have 8, 9 strong in the tank. Notre Dame, thank God, had that this year. For Sam Pendleton as an underclassman, this is your starting left guard as a redshirt freshman.
Yeah.
And I will honestly say that I don't know if I want to say coaching malpractice, but I definitely think it was snafu to put a redshirt freshman and a true freshman together on the left side. I don't think it really helped either one of them to start the season.
What do you think the mass exodus is due to, though? Do you think they had a conversation with Rudolph, or they just felt wrong that how the season went, or what?
Is this a mass exodus?
You get three guys leaving at the same time on the offensive line.
You got
Pendleton.
You got four graduate transfers.
Oh, they're all they all graduates.
Except for Sam Pendleton, they're all grad transfers.
Oh, okay. No, never mind. I'm sorry. Yeah, no.
He's the only undergrad. And Sam Pendleton is transferring because the room is thick. He knows. Man. Nah.
He looked at us and said, nah, I don't know.
No, it's not happening.
Yeah.
It's not happening. It's kind of like, he's kind of like Bronny right now. Like, no,
I would say that. He looks happy. He looks good on the bench. He's feeling
that's what he's gonna have to live there for a little bit.
Okay, he's a rookie.
For a little bit.
It's okay. Rookies do it.
Pendleton was the red shirt freshman. Yeah,
Scottie Pippen Jr. had to sit on the bench for a little bit.
Scottie Pippen Jr. is a much better player. He was a much better player in college.
That's debatable. In college, yeah. In college, yeah.
So therefore, he's a much better player. So we can stop that.
But I mean, yeah, you're right. That's a credit to, once again, Sam Pendleton reading the room for sure. But I mean, when you can put a Charles Jaggersall in after 13 games and just you just gotta laugh at some of this stuff. Some of this stuff you gotta laugh at. How do you do that?
It's Notre Dame offensive line room, man. I mean, that's what you get. I think it's the Notre Dame offensive line room, because you always talk about left. At Notre Dame, you get one window, and it's usually you said it's usually the
redshirt sophomore year.
Redshirt sophomore year. That's when the window opens, unless you're just really good, and then your window opens early. And if you don't, by redshirt sophomore year, if you haven't cracked the lineup,
it's literally over with. Like, you just,
I think it's sooner for the offensive line.
Offensive line, though, they have it constructed well enough to where they'll have a couple duds, but most of the time guys are moving in tune. Now, it did get kind of thrown off whack having the K Madden year and then coming back, and I'm not gonna say K Madden year, but when K Madden was there and then coming back trying to construct and with some injuries, and then the Blake Fisher Joe Alt thing was a nice move, and then Blake left early, and so it's like, I think the transition is going to look a lot different. Are we bringing in linemen transfers? I don't know. I think that hasn't been a thing we've cracked.
No, they haven't done that since.
Yeah, we haven't cracked that too much. Now we'll do it everywhere else, but we're not doing it O-line wise. And I think we keep that integrity, even with the tight ends. We don't have transfer tight ends that come in.
They got one this year from Arkansas.
Oh, we end up doing it. Wow. Okay, so I think if we don't crack those two as much, I think we can stay intact of being consistent, because that development.
I think that to me signals, because if you watch the kid, he is a seam deep threat tight end.
Oh, like we're throwing it. Okay, if that's what we transition.
I think that signals what's coming in the offense, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right? Because they might not have necessarily had that type of tight end. I think the Flanagan kid coming in as a freshman is going to be a problem early. I think he's going to make an impact. But yeah, this offense is definitely going to be a lot different. A lot more. This is going to be a different offense left.
Yeah, that's why it's just hard for me to. It's like it was an all or nothing year. And due to the quarterback specifically, I didn't think it had to be like that, and we could have still probably came out to the same place. But it's one of those things where it's like, man, I just look at the now what, and the now what says we have a lot more to feel than we did last year from an ideology standpoint, how we're going to function offensively, and from the offense, in my opinion, being the lead unit. First time in 5 or 6 years. we're no longer playing behind the defense. We have to play in front and have the defense back us up. We've been backing up the defense for the last 3-4 years. So that is a totally different perspective, a totally different shift, a totally different responsibility. It's no different than what I said about Ian and Deshaun. The years that y'all came on, y'all wasn't expected to do nothing. The years directly after the year, you're expected to win. That shit's way different. Like, it's on you. And for the offense, for it to be on them, this whole throwing for 90 yards thing or getting 16 points in week 2, that's not acceptable because you will lose by double digits moving forward. So I'm glad to see it happen this way. I think unless we throw another monkey wrench in there with a transfer quarterback, I think we can stabilize ourselves.
Benjamin Morrison has just made it official. He is declaring for the 2025 NFL draft.
We knew it. I felt like he should have did it like Kyle Hamilton. You know how Kyle Hamilton did it like week 4 and was just chilling. And now looking back, it's all right that Kyle Hamilton did that. Look at him. He's top 3 safety in the league.
Yeah, it's official. Mike Mickens retweeted it. Shout out to BMO. Yo, let me tell you something. I've never seen a freshman get the backing of his squad quicker than Benjamin Morrison did his freshman year in fall camp. Logan Diggs caught a swing pass, and BMO, because I guess fall camp left, I guess, is kind of half speed for the most part, right? Like you might be popping, but you're not taken to the ground.
It's just more of a wear on you.
Yeah,
you do it every
day.
Like
you just thud. And Logan Diggs just kind of half-heartedly caught the swing pass and did a lazy little move, and that cat BMO lit his tail up, bro.
Yeah, pay attention.
He's a freshman, so he's trying to, you know what I'm saying? It's serious for him.
It's very serious.
Man, he lit that cat Logan Diggs up, and Logan Diggs jumped up like he was going to do something. And before you knew it, that cat Logan Diggs was walking back to the huddle. Because that cat Benjamin Morrison had a lot of dudes behind him.
Absolutely.
Talking like, going back to the huddle, dog.
He got you.
You ain't got nothing here. Like, you might just going back to the huddle. You ain't about to do nothing. This our guy. From that point on, it was like, okay, yeah, he's going to be a dude. He's going to be a dude. So, thank you. Thank you for elevating the position, for giving us another possible day 1, day 2 draft pick at defensive back, and elevating the defensive back position under Mike Mickens. Let's keep it going. We got another one with Leonard Moore. We got another one with Christian Gray. We're going to have another one with Dallas Golden, Jadon Blair, Don Schuler. Like, we don't stop. We don't stop. There it is. I can remember BMO with the game against Clemson was that's the BMO moment for me. That was like, okay. All right.
I really like the fact that BMO has been a good leader. I think he fits into that Julian Love kind of category of being a good impact player, man. Great leader, great guy. And it's interesting to see how the dynamic worked when Leonard Moore played so well. Most guys, especially of a caliber of like a Ben Morrison, have sort of an ego, right? Where you're like, damn, y'all missing. Y'all gonna miss out. Like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And for Leonard Moore to just come in and project himself as a potential first rounder in a year or two and play as great as he did, I'm sure that could have made a guy like BMO in a different circumstance or a different person in that circumstance feel away. You'd be like, damn, I ain't, he got it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to help him too much. It's just a natural thing. Like, you want to be missed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure at times we missed him, but it wasn't like we was desperate for BMO now. And that's saying a lot when BMO's a first round corner. Like, you're not desperate for your first round corner because you got a young guy that will be a first round corner. So great recruiting once again. Mike Mickens, just another feather in his cap. And I wonder how it changes for the secondary now that his focus is on the entire defense.
Man, once again, Benjamin Morrison declares for the 2025 NFL Draft. Someone asked me yesterday my thoughts on the possibility of him coming back. I never thought once he was done, he was done. I thought the situation was very similar to Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a wrap.
He probably looked at Kyle Hamilton's situation and felt more comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, Kyle set out just like this, and he's top safety in the league, so it's not like I'm gonna miss the boat necessarily.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just really think that when you look at it, I said this to somebody, and let me make sure I get it. Yeah, that's it. This is what I said, Left, and hopefully, you can understand why I said it. I said I've always heard from Left MALIK ZAIRE that one of the main factors that he chose to transfer was because he had love for Brandon Wimbush. And the same thing that he had just went through with DeShone Kizer, and the same thing that was between him and Everett Golson, he was not going to do that to Brandon Wimbush and stunt his growth.
Yeah, it's definitely a fact, 100% fact. Because I thought it was BS.
And I think that's direct correlation to why would BMO come back? Why would he stunt the growth of Leonard Moore and Christian Drake, especially with Christian Drake being his little brother? Like, why? What would be the purpose of that? For what reason?
Especially if you have nothing to prove. You already got the adulation of being a first round corner and all of that.
We say it now. Oregon came after Benjamin Morrison last offseason.
No, Oregon came after.
No, they came after him last.
Oh season. Yeah. That's right.
They came after Benjamin Morrison.
Had a bunch of money on the table for
Benjamin. Georgia came after Benjamin Morrison last year. Yeah, Benjamin Morrison left a lot of money on the table. A lot of money on the table to return to Notre Dame. So that just shows you who he is. There's no benefit to coming back. But Notre Dame stepped up and made sure he was taken care of. They didn't necessarily match offers, but they did what they needed to do. So he has that money. Now he can go follow his dream. That's it. For him to come back, it was kind of be selfish. As much as Notre Dame fans would love to have him back.
Just like Audrey coming, it's selfish from the standpoint of like, you're not giving us a Jeremiah Love season that's a couple inches better than what you gave us this year. And what you gave us this year was great. You like maxed out your Notre Dame potential. I mean, hey, it's about getting to the league, not sucking up all the air in this level. You try to get yours and get on. You know what I mean? I think Jack Kaiser's a rare case, because how the hell do you stay around that long? And not go to the league or whatever. So, that's why I've always thought that was the greatest award you can ever get in college football is Jack Kaiser's 70 games.
Facts.
It's nothing greater than that. I don't care if you want to throw up every year. Nothing better than playing 70 games and you walking away healthy and with a chance to go play some more in the league. Like, I think he's going to get drafted based off of just attrition. Like, you just they can watch your tapes. They can watch your tapes for all off season.
Yeah.
Like, that is, you have the best resume to go to the league. Like, and then the last possible year playing, you go all the way to change. They can be like, you literally got better from game 1 to game 70. Game 1, you was nobody. Game 70, you're in the championship. If I'm Jack Kaiser, I'm talking. I need a statue for that. No, seriously, he needs a statue or whatever. That's who they should treat like they treat Brady Quinn. You're the greatest Notre Damer ever just because you play 70. Like, you know how many guys, you teams, and people and different defenses.
He has seen everything, bro.
Everything.
70
games you have seen. Just even the guys around you changed. You're looking around like, man, I remember when 70 games ago, who was the corner? Like Troy Pride. 70 games ago, my first corner was Troy Pride. My last game is Leonard Moore.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That guy Troy Pride has been through like what 4 or 5 NFL teams.
4 or 5. Yes, I'm saying like how did you
and Achilles?
And Jack Kaiser's still there. Like even JD Bertrand, I thought was long in the tooth. I thought he was long in the tooth. Jack literally played like a youthful guy. I think it's because he was around younger guys. But I mean, I'm just so happy for him, man.
We need to buy, man. The players should buy him a rocking chair.
They should buy him. No, I'm so serious. They need
buy him a rocking chair to put on the front of his porch, on his farm in Indiana, because he's gonna buy one. Even when he finds an NFL team, he's still gonna buy some property in Indiana.
Yeah, he got it. Yeah, he's carved out enough respect to get a little plot of land or something near. You know what I mean? Like that's what I would want. 70 games. I know you service your school and all that, but and you ain't got drafted or nothing. Like you just to even be allowed to play that many games as political as college football is and shit. You just wow, like your job was never threatened or nothing. Like, come on, man. Like, if a black man played quarterback at Notre Dame for 70 games, let's just put it hypothetical. 70, they would probably have to rewrite a lot of stuff going on over there. 70 games at quarterback.
I don't think that would happen. Nobody's playing.
No, how? Like, I don't know how it happens, but if
70 games,
Brady Quinn played 70 games at Notre Dame and didn't win a championship, played 70 though. He's responsible. So Jack Kaiser has been there for most of Kelly's damn near wins. For
a lot of them.
50 or so wins. He's personally been a part of Kelly's thing.
Facts.
What if Jalen Smith had 70 games? You know what I mean? Like, just hypothetically speaking, how do you even get to 70 if you're a really good football player? And I'm not, and Jack's a good football player.
Red shirt and appeal, and there you go.
70 games is
the COVID year.
Those are played games. Those ain't just you just chilling on the team.
The eligibility, the COVID year, added a year for a lot of these cats, and so
like that's what I'm saying. It'll never be done again. Like,
no, I don't think so.
Play 70, no.
The guy that just played his last game for Miami played what? Tight end played what? 8-9 seasons.
9 seasons, yeah.
That's crazy.
Those were through a lot of red shirts and hurt
injuries, yeah.
Jack
was playing.
He was playing. That's what I'm saying. That's what makes it crazy. He didn't get hurt, no catastrophic. He just I don't know what he like. And he's from Indiana. Like, come on, this is the real Rudy. Not no walk
That's the
on.
modern day Rudy.
Yeah, this not no
That's
walk
the better
on.
version. Let's do a movie on Jack Kaiser.
Let's
That's
do a movie
version.
on Jack Kaiser.
Yes.
That's the real Rudy.
Yes. Yes.
Like he ain't no walk on scrub. He is just a dude that has played
option quarterback from Indiana.
Yeah, seriously. Option
Notre
quarterback
Dame back to the
Indiana
national championship. Yes.
Played in his last game in the national after 70 attempts, 69 attempts. He gets to the man. That's a movie. That's what Jack deserves. Forget Rudy has lived that movie long enough.
Facts.
It's time for Kaiser, the Jack Kaiser story. Like that's a Notre Dame classic.
Kaiser.
That's the Indiana Notre Dame classic movie. If you want to be a real Notre Dame fan, let's be serious. What's better than the Jack story? He's from Indiana, great story, and has the most. He can tell any story possible to happen in the group. He knows where all the bodies are.
Definitely knows where all the bodies are.
I mean, that's awesome. I don't even know what you do after this. Do you even go to the league? Like, you don't want to even ruin the story. Just hang around. South Bend, do something. Get on the staff or something.
That's awesome. What was your first? Because I'm sitting here thinking, like, I can only imagine, like, he probably goes to East West. He'll find some bowl, senior bowl. He'll find some bowl to go get in front of scouts.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's had so much experience. He's going to get drafted. Like, there's no way.
Yeah,
they're just going to like just do all the stuff you got to do. But we got you, dude.
He's going to get
drafted. May not be first round or nothing, but we're going to get you a nice little contract. You're going to fill in, and it's going to be great. You have another 5 or 6 years or something.
What was your first night like in Gainesville? Like when it was official, and did you feel like, was it like
we had a hurricane? It was hurricane season, man. I went through a hurricane down there. Yeah, man, it was not.
Did you feel like, man, how did I get here? Like,
I know 100%. Once I was going through the hurricane, going through it's a different environment. Like, it's a totally different environment. But I was glad in the sense that at least this is before transfer portal where you could just go to SEC and then you go to anywhere you want. So I'm thinking this is like a cool journey. Like, okay, Florida, SEC, and then come from Notre Dame. Not too many people can do that. Boy, was I wrong. Not even long after that year, you got guys going to every single conference. This Robbie Ashford went to Oregon, South Carolina, Auburn. Now he's finishing at Vanderbilt. So, and it's crazy because before Robbie Ashford was George Pickens' quarterback at Hoover. I did an overtime video at Hoover their senior year where George Pickens, I knew he was going to the league that day. Like when I met George Pickens in high school and I did his game, I literally knew he was going to the league at that moment. Like I had no question in my mind. And Robbie was the quarterback. And it's crazy because George has been in the league for about like 3 years and Robbie is still going to school. So at this point, it's like ride as long as you can. And I never forget, I told him that he should have went to Auburn out of the gate, but he wanted to go to Oregon to play baseball and all that, but just chasing dreams. So it was pretty crazy to see he's still in college and I'm far removed from it's an amazing thing to see these kids grow up. But man, I'm telling you, just speaking about Jack Kaiser, I think is the coolest experience ever for a Notre Dame football player to get 70 games under your belt. That's better than winning the Heisman, any individual award, because you have truly lived out your dream. And I'm sure for a kid like that from Indiana, there's nothing nobody can say to him. He's like, dude, you can't play no more games as a football player. You dream of playing at Notre Dame. I almost got tired of the dream. I played that many games. I played so many games where I'm maxed out. I'm like, I'm good if I don't ever play again. I want to play a few more games and every player doesn't get to exit the way they want to, and there's nothing better than that, Jack. So congratulations to you.
You ain't never lied about that. Make me jealous, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, that's cool.
Bro, let me tell you something, man. Shout out to my guy. I think his name is George. I never forget my first assignment, bro. I beat COVID. And it's like, yo, you need to go cover the first off-season practice. This is when they were introducing Dylan McCullough, Al Washington, Harry Heaston had returned. It was like Marcus Freeman's going to talk, then they're going to bring the coaches in and you get a chance to talk to the coaches. I'm like, cool. So I go in and I get there early. You know me. I'm like, man, make sure I get here early. I get there early, no one's there. And all of a sudden, security guard is like, yo, you want to come in and sit down? I'm like, yeah, it's real cool. He lets me inside the gate. I go sit down. And so I'm sitting down and we're talking and we're just talking. And he knew I was a new guy. So he's like, man, all right, cool. Are you from Chicago? Yeah, I bet. And he saw me keep looking to the right. So, you know, to the right is the ramp down to the field, bro.
Yep.
Like, we in the middle of the conversation, and every now and then I would just be like,
yeah, he just checked. It was down there.
I'll just look. Right? And
yeah.
Eventually he looks at me and he says,
"Should I go down there?"
He says, no, he didn't even say that. He just said, go ahead.
Yeah, it's hard. All right,
I was like,
me? Okay.
Word.
Straight
like,
up.
Yeah, go ahead. Man, I swear to God, bro. I felt like I had the uniform on, bro.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Just walking down and seeing like the seats on the other side, I'm like, I can only imagine, bro.
Yeah.
To have that, that's not gonna happen anymore. I can only imagine like running down on a senior day knowing like this is the last time I'm running out of.
No, that's a hard day. That's a hard day
because
it's literally just the seniors, so it ain't even the whole team is out there. So you like start looking around because you instantly remember your first game where you're just in the fucking back and everybody pushes you back there, so you don't get to run out like that. You just and now you're dolly.
Right.
And then your head coach, like, you made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what it is. So that's why I think it was so messed up that Sam Hartman was the last guy. I'm like, why? Like, what? He has no connection to that. So I don't know. Notre Dame's, you know.
Man, that's funny. I guess DE is watching like hours behind.
That's okay. We gotta get your internet speed caught up before you start chatting at us, man. You gotta get your internet speed right, DE.
And I would counter with the fact that USC, Penn State, and Ohio State all crushed Notre Dame on second down. That's called picking up on trends.
Oh yeah. There was chinks in the armor coming off for sure.
And I don't know what else he had. I don't know how more creative he could be. But I do know he had peaked. That's just my opinion. You gave your opinion, I'll give my opinion. Al Golden peaked from a system standpoint. Now it's going to be I think it's going to be about the players now in that defensive system. Is what Al Golden did without Trey Ori, without Botello, without Riley Mills. It's amazing, bro. Amazing. I think peak performance was against Georgia for that defense.
For the defense, yeah, I think we maxed out.
After the Georgia game, they had maxed out. It was like, all right, they leaked a little bit against.
I mean, we wasn't as physical in the Penn State game, and we wasn't physical at all in the last game.
In the last.
But the Georgia game, we gave them everything they could handle for sure. We beat them so bad. We had people talking about Georgia wasn't even that good. What? I'm reading the comments. They talking about Georgia was soft. Like, I wish they was better this year. No, we really put it on them. Like, we beat them down. And so it was such an effort, I feel like, because you're right. Penn State, it was like, why are we letting them run? Like, we've never. And in Ohio State game, we were not physical whatsoever. We couldn't get no pressure. We barely was getting pressure on Aller when I kind of was feeling like I ain't see no RJ Open show up.
Keep it a buck. He got outcoached for most of that Penn State game. They just didn't have a quarterback or wide receiver.
They didn't have a quarterback at all.
He got outcoached the same way against Ohio State. They just happen to have better talent.
Oh, seriously, and that's what I said. They just had better time. I was literally solely depending on Will Howard just not making the play. I said, they start running that ball. There's gonna be a couple guys open.
Yep.
And I don't think he can make the throw.
Yo, he was working with a mash unit on defensive line.
Yeah, come on. I mean,
so that's not, but he likes to blitz in certain situations. Second down is his primary blitz down.
Teams are ready.
And teams were ready to counter it, either with the run or the.
I mean, it was crazy because Penn State was countering it all the time. I was like, whoa. Let's not call a blitz on second down because, I mean, they were like, yes. You about to do? We ready. We ready for it. We ready for it. We ready.
Lincoln Riley was the first person I saw ready for what Al Golden does. The first person. I think Jeff Brom had some moments too in the Louisville game. Because Tyler Shuck was throwing some dimes in that game. He was just throwing.
That was the best quarterback play against our defense all year.
He was throwing some.
Man. But that's why I say that Will Howard is no Tyler Shuck, because Tyler Shuck was balling. Like he was making some throws and I'm like, that wasn't supposed to be there, but he's really good. There wasn't no throws that Will Howard made where I was like, damn, that was too good. It was just like, dude, you was wide open. You hitting easy stuff that's off of play action because we can't get no. Not that I'm diminishing it. I'm just saying there's a difference. The quarterback play, the best quarterback play was Louisville. That really we call good stuff, and he just made better plays.
Man, I still that throw falling down to the left.
I'm saying, I mean, he was making some. I'm like, okay, that's too good.
I was like, all right.
Okay. Will Howard didn't do none of that versus he sat in that pocket chilling.
Yeah.
And then when he ran, he threw a wide open Junkins in the end zone, wide open Jeremiah Smith for the game win. It's like, come on, bro. I'm not finna act like, oh, that was just I'm eating crow. Like, no, dude, he was wide open and y'all had 200 yards rushing. I said, we give you over 120, it's over with.
But yeah, I think, yeah, good coordinators had figured out. Good coordinators have figured some things out, bro. They just had. And that's what they get paid to do. That's what they get paid to do.
And speaking of that, that's like you said, it makes more sense why Al Golden was like, this is probably the best time for me to exit out.
Absolutely.
I ain't trying to get exposed by no Virginia or no,
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely. 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 And the NFL is just more of his style, man.
He's not a recruiter.
He doesn't have
He's not going to travel the landscape recruiting kids. He's not doing it. Matt LaFleur didn't do it, and it's okay. Because what did Matt LaFleur go and do right after? Become the Packers head coach. And he looks great in that position in that division. So Al Golden is going to fit right in. It's not like it's going to be something eye-popping to the NFL world where he's bringing something. He's an NFL coach already, It's like Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly's more important going to college than he is. I mean, I'm sorry. He's more important going to the NFL than college because the whole nuanced stuff that he wants to do. Al Golden is doing NFL stuff in college. So he's just going to just do basically the same thing game planning was. Yeah.
Same thing.
Chip Kelly is going and doing a new system, new hurry up, all this college stuff. That's not Al Golden.
Yeah. So So we talked about Pendleton transferring. We understand why for the other transfers are grad transfers. Just looking for greater roles elsewhere. It's real simple. Jay Thomas, Deion Cozy, and then today Pat Coogan and Rocco Spindler. Just looking for greater roles elsewhere. And they all have their degrees, and I don't know.
So what happens to Riley? Did Riley declare for the league, or is he just stayed?
He only had 1 year.
I'm saying, did he declare, or he just go home and just
Riley did.
Yeah.
Dude, And see, this is the difference, right? This is what you get with the transfer portal. Notre Dame fans aren't really like following Sam Hartman. I mean, I'm sure Riley will be there for the pro day, right? But Riley probably won't get drafted. If he does, it'll be in the later rounds. He'll probably stick with the team. And that's it. That's pretty much it. I don't think there's a need for a big announcement because we know it is what it is.
He lost.
It is what it is, He did the most with his last shot, though. Commander Luke, thanks for the super chat. Any plans for a call-in show? Y'all have to pray for me. Left probably wants it, but I just don't trust some fans, bro. I'm not getting my page shut down, bro.
Shut. The page shut down, though.
Act right, bro. I just see it just in the comments after the show that I respond to, like, man,
be passionate, man.
Like, come on, bro. And I can already tell you that first call when somebody directly has a personal attack.
You forget why you on there. You forget why you on there.
We can say this now. There was an exclusive interview, or there was an interview that left leading into the national championship game. Had pretty much.
We was ready to go for sure.
This idea was booked. There's a. No, I'm not even going to expect to say his name.
Say my little say.
It's a name, a big name.
Like, you was basically like, I ain't doing it, though. You can do it.
I told him, I said, Left, by all means, you can do it.
Shaun was not rocking with that interview, man. It would have been great for the fans, it would have went crazy. Shaun's like, no, I don't even want to talk to him.
Talk to that dude, man. I don't even respect that dude. Why would I want to talk to him? I'm gonna talk about it. Like, by all means, y'all rock it out.
Yeah.
Rock it out. It has nothing to do with being scared. It's called being smart, bro. I was a producer in the business, bro. I know
what you can get out of some stuff.
Tell people like all the time when you get on the line, don't do this, don't do that. It has nothing to do with being scared. I value our page, bro. And like I said, I see the comments after the show that people type. If we actually get them a phone, come on, man.
They're gonna try to get famous over here, man.
Dude, come on, man. It ain't that serious for me. It's not that serious. And
I think that's what it is. Other people would take it too much more serious.
Yeah, bro. I don't take it that serious, dude. I'm not, bro.
And then it's like, what do you want me to say that?
It was funny, though. It was funny. It was funny. It was funny. Because first of all, we had a Josh Pate interview.
Yeah, we had Josh Pate. Josh Pate he's cool.
For the Penn State game.
Josh Pate's cool.
But it was the schedule. The day it was the schedule. His schedule changed. He was down there in Miami.
He was down there, and
schedule changed, and then it was like, all right, and I was like, man, it didn't happen. Cool. But then that next interview going to the nah.
He's like,
I'm like, Left, you got it. Go ahead.
Nah, not myself. Nah,
go ahead, you got it.
Because it wouldn't be. It's like you would keep the conversation going. You know what I'm saying? I would be like distracted.
Man, because of what he said, I'm sure you would be distracted.
Yeah, we'd be talking about something totally different. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's not why I came on here.
Man, I just bust up laughing, like, bro.
Because he was all for it. He's talking about, sure, let's do it. That sounds a setup.
I don't do clowns. It's just funny, bro. That's funny. But no, man, the transfers, man, these, maybe you get a shocking transfer in the next day or so. Maybe. But all the transfers that have taken place have been obvious ones. Grad transfers. The Pendleton one, although it was unexpected, when you take a step back, you're like, oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't think you were ever going to get an opportunity to play. Probably.
Not how you want it.
No. So go get your opportunity. Yeah, he might end up with Bill Belichick in North Carolina.
Hey, Bill know how to pick up them scraps.
Hey, man, it is what it is. All right, Left. This case in point, man. The flagrant comments. I got notes from the flagrant comments, 5 of them that people left from the last show. See, here's the perfect reason why. That's the inflammatory stuff. Can you imagine a call-in show? Can you imagine?
That'd be the first hour, just handling that.
So
just handling that.
The first one was somebody actually equated us to Mike Singer. I have no issues with Mike Singer, but they put his name in the post. That's the only reason I'm saying his name. Say, you guys are like the goofy Mike Singer. You don't know football. Talking about it's not about stars. And until Notre Dame gets the same stars as the Ohio State, Alabamas, and Georgias, they're not going to win a championship. Left, see, I'm not the one with the problem. Because I know who Notre Dame is. Notre Dame fans are the ones. Notre Dame fans that think like this are the ones with the problems. Because they keep dreaming about.
They are the ones with. That's what I'm saying.
They keep dreaming about a program and keep asking for a program. It's like if your mother tells you we're not eating until 5 o'clock, and you keep walking in the kitchen at 3 o'clock. Is dinner ready? 4 o'clock. Is dinner ready? 4:15. Is dinner ready? Dinner's at 5, yo. Stop asking for stuff that's not going to happen. And if they don't win, so be it. But stop whining and complaining. It's about the stars. Leonard Moore is a 3-star. He was a 3-star. Benjamin Morrison, for a time, was a 3-star. Yep. Al Hamilton, for most of his high school career, was a 3-star until right before he committed. Stop, man. Stop. What are we talking about? And then obviously, if you look at the roster, the entire running back room is 4 stars. The quarterback room, 4 stars. Wide receiver room, Cam Williams, 4-star. Michael Gilbert, 4-star. KK Smith, 3-4. I'll go with you on that. You don't have a Jeremiah Smith. You don't have that dude. You might have to go to the portal. Defensive tackle, you're not going to get that dude. Why? Because Notre Dame is not paying high school play. And that's what it takes to get top defensive tackles. My point is, Notre Dame is who they are. They're not changing. You have to do certain things as an independent to stay an independent. So either you want to join a conference and just be like everybody else, or you actually value the independence of Notre Dame and the way they go about their business. You can't have both. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't. The linebacker room, 4 and 5 stars. What do you want? The whole room, 4 and 5 stars. Christopher Burgess coming in, 5 star. Just got bumped up, I believe. Rocked up. Bryce Young, borderline 5 star by the time he came to Notre Dame. What else do you want? They're young. Give them time. Defense, Adon Schuler, 4 star. Christian Gray, 4 star. Dallas Golden, 4 star. Like what do you want? What exists now at Notre Dame, the roster was nothing like that. Someone said it yesterday. If we take a 3-star now, it's because we want that 3-star, not because we have to. That's totally different. Totally different. Your roster would never look like Ohio State. Ever. Stop begging for it. Stop begging for it. You need to go find some difference makers. Just one. You just need a difference maker in the quarterback room. Just one. You need one difference maker. One dude in the wide receiver room. Just one. That's all you need. Stop trying to be like everybody else. That's not going to happen. So why keep asking for it? So no, whether it's myself, Left, Mike Singer, anybody else that says that Notre Dame is not about stars, it's not. Marcus Freeman keeps telling people this is a developmental program, and the foundation of our program is through high school recruiting, and it's going to stay that way. And Notre Dame is not about to pay for play, so you might as well knock out the top 50 kids, set top 75 kids right there. It is what it is. Deal with it. I don't know what else to say. You begged them to go get a 5-star quarterback. They swung. They had him committed for over a year, and he bounced. What else do you want him to do? And Kenyatta Watson can stop lying down at Auburn, talking about it's about family. You're lying. The dude driving the Benz right now. Stop. Stop. Ain't got nothing to do with family. What do you want? What do you want Notre Dame to do? What? They are willing to pay. Leonard Moore is going to be taken care of. You can bank that. After what he did this year, he'll be taken care of. We got to stop this, man. Got to stop. Out of the 4 teams in the playoffs, Notre Dame roster was the 3rd best roster by ratings out of the 4 semifinalists. 3rd. Texas and Ohio State were better, and you're never going to be Texas and Ohio State in recruiting. They have no guardrails. What are you going to do with that? They don't have any guardrails. And their schools are literally in the middle of football states. What are you going to do with that? Georgia is smack dab in the middle of a football state. So stop asking for Notre Dame to be like that. The conditions are totally different. They're not smack dab in the middle of a football state. They're not. So let that go. Just please let that go, man. The second, Left, you can take this one. Mike Denbrock is a terrible offensive coordinator.
Oh,
A terrible play caller. You
oh
can
God.
take after this year, after what man, that dude is a magician.
Yeah.
What he did this year, he's a magician. Go ahead, Love. You can take that one.
I mean, I think that's just you either didn't watch us play or you didn't understand who we had or you didn't look at the film. I mean, you're not paying attention. If you base it off of one game, I mean, we got put into a situation where what are we going to call? Mike Denbrock went from calling 60 plays a game to running 5 plays 60 ways. When you're running 5 plays 60 ways and it ain't working, you ain't coming up with no more new plays. It just ain't happening. When he was over in his other offense, he was calling 60 plays. That's a lot of flexibility. You seeing a lot of stuff happen. But when you calling 5 plays 60 ways and they lock in on you, you're a sitting duck. What do you expect? So you got to credit a guy that can scheme up such a minimum amount of things and still be able to be productive and to be able to have the point differentials and to be able to score in the 40s and in the 30s in a 50-point game. To be able to do all of that, yeah, we had the talent to do it, but to get the guys active like he did, considering distributing the football was a challenge, I mean, you're getting what you expect for sure.
Number 3. The national championship game wasn't Al Golden's fault. The players weren't good enough. On top of that, we need better linebackers that can run sideline to sideline. We missed the production of J.D. Bertrand. If I could go game by game this year and count the number of plays that were made in space by this linebacker group that we watched not be made in the previous 2 seasons, these are the narratives out there right now amongst the fan base. Not just one comment, multiple comments. None of the national championship was Al Golden's fault. It was the players not being good enough. Ladies and gents, I don't know. I don't know. The biggest complaint for 2 years about linebackers at Notre Dame before this year was tackling, making plays in space, and speed. Most of that was eradicated by this linebacking core. And I have no clue at all what you guys that feel that way could be watching. For 2 straight games, Al Golden got his lunch took by 2 offensive coordinators. It's just facts. Doesn't mean that Al Golden is an elite defensive coordinator. Doesn't mean he didn't do a good job in Notre Dame. The last 2 games, he got out coached. And that's cool. That's cool. There were times where players didn't make plays, where they had opportunities to make plays. Perfect example, key third down, second Ohio State drive. They go play action on a 3rd and 7. Play action to the right, run waggle. JT, his sole job on the backside is to make sure he can stay even or ahead of the quarterback and come upfield and not allow him to get outside of him, to give Ibuka time to come all the way across the field to convert the first down. What does he do? First of all, you're not catching that running backside. Do your job. Just do your job. And that play doesn't happen, you're off the field. Notre Dame gets the ball back. It's 7-7. It's just simple plays like that. That's not Al Golden. That's just a young man not doing his job. I don't put that on Al Golden. Absolutely don't. But there are definitely some other things schematically that I definitely put at Al Golden. Not being aggressive, that's on Al Golden. Being scared, that's Al Golden. The 3rd and 11 call, that's Al Golden. Leonard Moore chasing Judkins down, that's not Al Golden. That's effort. Drake Bowen getting back into play to cause a fumble on Ibuka. That's not Al Golden. That's effort. That's players. Al Golden didn't send bums on the field and then just coach them to the second best defense in the nation. He had dudes. He literally lost a dude at defensive back and inserted a dude that's a freshman. Where does that happen at? Where does that happen at? Other than Notre Dame. Oh, where did we see that before? Oh, Benjamin Morrison did it at Notre Dame. I mean, and last but not least, I just want to remind Notre Dame fans, this last one. This Christian Gray hate, people need to relax. Let me contextualize it. I did a little bit of this yesterday, but let me contextualize this Christian Gray at the end of the year. Christian Gray misses the Louisville game because of an injury. No need to talk about what the injury was. I'm just giving context here. Immediately after the Louisville game, Leonard Moore starts. Leonard Moore plays well. Christian Gray probably comes back earlier than he should have because Benjamin Morrison is lost for the season. So for the rest of the season, because no one was playing better, Christian Gray was playing better than Benjamin Morrison. Scouts will come to Notre Dame games asking about 2 players, NFL scouts, who was 29 and who was 4. Double R will back me up. Who was 29 and who was 4? After the injury and coming back earlier than probably he or the staff would have liked, but it was a need, right? Because you got a true freshman, and then who else? Because Bron Tate was hurt. So now you either have to take Clark out of the nickel and put him outside, and maybe put Hurd, who's really a safety, in the nickel. You weaken your pass defense. Kid comes back, plays through it. And I think we all can agree he did not play at the same level that he played at prior to that injury in the Louisville game. But he still made big plays when needed. This is where I tell people to relax, because you don't know context of what's going on, and you just see things, and then you rattle off and say silly stuff like his job needs to be up. He shouldn't have a starting job going to the spring. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? He cost us the game on 3rd and 11. What are we talking about? Why was he in that position off man on an all-out zero blitz? Why is your best ball hawk on the biggest passing down of the season blitzing? But I thought it wasn't Al Golden's fault. It was the player's fault, right? Okay. You gotta have some context, man. Nobody's saying you can't critique players. Nobody's saying that. But pay attention. Because players don't just drop off. Something usually happens when players go from being the best performer at the position early on. And then all of a sudden, after injury, consider some things. That's all. Just consider some things. And in the midst of playing through that, he still made plays to seal USC. He still made plays to seal Penn State. Benjamin Morrison and his people believe that he has the physical gifts to be better than Benjamin Morrison by the time he leaves Notre Dame. That hasn't changed. He's definitely a confident young man. He won't be fazed. My question to Notre Dame fans is, where's your loyalty? Where's your support? Or do you only support when things are looking good? Where you at? You ready to bail on a kid already? You ready to bail on a kid whose pick 6 ended USC? You ready to bail on a kid whose pick ended the Penn State game already? You ready to bail on a kid after his performance pre-injury was elite? You ready to, that's the type of fan base we are? That's who we are? Really? That's what we're working with, huh? Y'all pray for me, because those are the type of call-ins that yeah. I'm all for having critique. I'm all for having opinions and educated opinions and open conversation. But for me, as a fan, when you start saying silly stuff like that, he cost us the game. He's been terrible. He gets burnt all the time. When you say that without no context and without paying attention to what really is going on, you're ready to bail on a kid. You know why it doesn't shock me, Notre Dame fans? Thank you for joining us today. Great show. 2 hours and 40 minutes of nothing but great time spent with you guys. Love you guys. Appreciate you. You know why it doesn't shock me? Because this same fan base did the same thing to Cam. Yeah.
Calling show is not a good idea, huh?
No, we can do it, bro. We can do it.
I can't do it.
We can do it. Because I'm not shocked. Because this fan base did the exact same thing to Cam Hart. Cam Hart, first year, coming over from wide receiver, stellar. Second year, plays through an abdominal strain and is not playing at the same level.
No.
Notre Dame fans called him everything but trash.
Everything but trash.
And once he gets healthy, he comes back last year and plays better than Benjamin Morrison by the numbers.
Yeah.
That's why the stuff that's being said about Christian Gray doesn't shock me, because Notre Dame, the fan base, did the same thing to Cam Hart. Now that he's balling, they're like, oh, we love Cam Hart. Oh, y'all forget how y'all tried to kill him when he played through injury?
Short memory.
For team glory, when he did it for the team, and his personal production dropped off, just lambasting him. Now you're trying to put Christian Gray through the exact same thing? Okay. I know the type of kid he is. Don't worry. Keep talking. Keep talking. Keep talking. Because I know the type of kid he is. And I know the type of athlete he is. But it's sad. Yeah, love those type of calls, bro. You go ahead and talk to those calls. So I can't do that. I can't do callers that bail on kids after 1 year of playing. Kids that want to dog Drake Bowen.
Right? Drake's been amazing all season, man.
Content creators for Notre Dame that want to talk about Drake Bowen after 1 year. Come on, man. I can't do that clown behavior, bro. I can't. I can't do it. Can't do it. So I'm gonna say what I said yesterday. Relax.
You said relax.
Relax. Because next year, if Leonard Moore goes through a couple of stretches or a stretch where his play is not what it was this year,
it's just gonna be harsh criticism.
They're gonna do the same thing. They're gonna do the same thing, bro.
Now Leonard Moore did set the expectation high, and that's credit. That's credit. That's what he's capable of. So it's it's sports. They gonna have their opinion, man.
It's like, dude, be a fan. Be a fan. You can be a fan and be upset about things, not like things, speak to things. But the other stuff, come on, man. It's like me as a Bears fan listening to Lions podcasters call Ben Johnson trash now. It really wasn't his offense. It's okay. Now, wait a minute. You've been calling her cold. You've been calling this girl cold for the last 3 years. And now she chooses to be with somebody else. She all right. Right. Now she all right.
Okay.
She all right.
No, okay.
Nah.
You ain't feeling I.
Right. No. Doesn't work like that, my brother. She didn't. It is what it is. Get over it.
She didn't choose you. It's quite all right. Can't win them all, man.
No, there's plenty to do. There's plenty of supply.
Plenty
of supply. Don't get stuck on that, man. You stress yourself out. Waste time stressing over that.
Y'all show was calling. What that mean? Say that brother was show thirsty. That Malcolm X, Denzel, that brother thirsty.
That brother's thirsty.
Yeah, that brother show is thirsty. But then you turn around talking about, oh, he's trash. Okay. He told you in the interview you can't go nowhere without a quarterback.
That's what he said. For over 40 years, the biggest indicator of wins and losses was turnover ratio. He said it was turnover ratio. He said now that's changed. It is quarterback play. Hey, that's right, bro.
And I've been saying that from the top of the mountaintops. But look at it. The same usual suspects are in the AFC and Super Bowl and NFC every year. Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. That's what it is every year. And then you get the Rams and get a Matthew Stafford in there, Jared Goff. The Eagles get a Jalen, Carson Wentz, Nick Foles. But the usual suspects that win it, it's the same guys. Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes.
Lucky Lefty podcast, man. Great show, bro. We talked about Al Golden, possible replacement to defensive back room as a coach, if indeed Mike Mickens is elevated to the defensive coordinator, man, talked about the transfers, the 5 transfers, 1 undergrad, 4 grad transfers. Much success, no matter where you land. Much appreciation for everything you gave to Notre Dame. Your super chats, your GTBs, we appreciate everybody that put those in. We got one last one from my guy John Massey, Lil Tunchi. My Ravens shot themselves in the foot for the 5th year in a row. Ohio State beat Notre Dame. Help MALIK. Ain't no help. The worst, I'm gonna tell you something right now, man. That cat left is gonna be 6 to his stomach if that dude 17 gets to the Super Bowl. I know that.
Oh my God. Come on. He's 0-3. I'm not worried. I probably won't even watch the game. Pat Mahomes is gonna mop him up again. Can Josh ever play at home? Oh, he did, and he lost.
Yeah, he got beat at home last year.
Now he's going back to Pat land.
Pat took care of that last year.
Pat about to take care of it again. Stop hyping this up as a rivalry out there. Media is not no rivalry. It's not no Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, nothing. It's a guy that can't get it done and can't win nothing significant, or it's a guy that is the house money. He wins all the time.
Dude, no quarterback
has MVPs. That's all I'm saying.
No quarterback has lost 4 consecutive games to another quarterback in the playoffs in NFL history.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, bro.
They had to dig that one up. They had to dig that one up now.
If Pat wins, literally, Josh Allen will be the first quarterback in NFL history to lose 4 consecutive games to one quarterback in the playoffs.
They had to dig that stat up. Now that's bad juju.
No, that ain't bad juju. That's some Buffalo Bills stuff because that's what they do. They lose 4 straight. They lost 4 straight Super Bowls.
Yeah, lose back-to-back Super Bowls and all. Yeah,
that's a Buffalo Bills curse right there. Like,
I need that to be implemented in Josh's career. I need it because they got to calm down. Calm down. Because what are we really talking about? He's just Justin Herbert in a different number.
Come on, dog.
What's the difference?
Nah, it's going a little bit too far, dog.
Oh my God!
There needs to be a Justin Herbert conversation. I wholeheartedly agree.
It's the same one Josh Allen need to be in the room for.
No. If Justin Herbert was in Buffalo, they wouldn't be where they are. Stop that. Stop.
Where are they?
He barely got better with Jim Harbaugh.
Where is Buffalo? Buffalo had the number 2 defense, lost to Pat Mahomes. Had the number 3 defense, lost to Pat Mahomes. Had a top 5 defense last year, lost to Pat Mahomes.
Left. Has Justin Herbert ever been to the AFC Championship game?
He's never had a top 5 defense like Josh Allen.
Lies.
When did Justin Herbert top 5? I don't know.
No, you got to know. Look it up. Google it. Google it.
What they say? Do your homework.
Google it. Live.
All I know is Buffalo had 3 years consecutively of top 5 defenses, and what did they get out of it? A Josh Allen loss. A Josh Allen loss. So would Buffalo be in the AFC Championship without Josh Allen? Maybe.
With one quarterback. Not with Herbert.
The 2000 Ravens went to the Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer and had the number 1 defense.
Are you really comparing Trent Dilfer? Are you really comparing Trent Dilfer to Josh Allen?
I'm just saying, can you get to it without a quarterback with a top defense? Yes.
Kind of like Ryan Clark right now, bro.
Oh,
kind of like Ryan Clark right now, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Ryan Clark, no, okay, time out.
I'm gonna have Marcellus
Lamar.
I'm gonna have Marcellus.
No, not Marcellus.
I'm gonna have Marcellus do a song.
No. Because Lamar Jackson is in the same boat. The only difference is Lamar got MVPs. That's like if Josh Allen had MVPs, then I'll take it easy. I'll take it easy. But with a top defense in the last 3, 4, 5 years, and you keep losing, and you ain't win no MVPs, what are they celebrating? Mark Sanchez went to the AFC Championship back-to-back years now with a top defense. Didn't win. So what's the difference?
You're bugging, bro.
Oh,
you need to
now
find
I'm
a better
bugging.
name.
Well, I'm bugging, but I'm making great analogies.
Oh,
But I'm making
ZAIRE,
great analogies.
That's apples to boo boo right there.
The Jets had a top 5 defense. The Jets had a top 5 defense both of the years they went back-to-back AFC championships with Mark Sanchez.
Are you comparing Josh Allen and Mark Sanchez, bro?
I'm comparing that two teams.
Stop. That's
two teams that had #1 defenses that could get to the AFC championship without a great quarterback.
Let me see if I still have Marcella's phone number.
Now I said Lamar. Now Lamar gets the same type of criticism.
See if I still have Marcellus Wilder's information from that.
Lamar gets the same criticism as Josh Allen, except Lamar wins MVPs, multiple, might even win 3 in a row. How in the same league as Josh Allen is Lamar outshining Josh Allen in MVPs and Pat Mahomes is outshining Josh Allen in Super Bowls? What is Josh Allen winning then? See, nobody want to talk about that. And Josh Allen's had a top 5 defense the last 3-4 years.
Bro, well, I'm getting some bars for you. I'm gonna have him get some bars for you.
Oh my goodness.
You and Ryan Clark, because you talking about
Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark.
You're in the same boat with Ryan Clark.
Ryan Clark will sit there and tell you Josh Allen he likes him, and then he'll double back and say he's not great. I haven't said he's great the whole time. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's top 10 for sure, but he's not Pat's rival. That's all I'm saying. He's not Patrick Mahomes' rival.
Dude.
He's a top 10 quarterback.
You know stuff like that, topics like that are for TV, bro, to drum up interest. Come on, man.
For TV. We agree that he's a top 10 quarterback. That's not alarming. Josh Allen's top 10 quarterback. Yeah, he's top 10.
Top 5. Left, stop playing, man. Oh, Left.
How is he any better than Jordan Love?
You're gonna make me cut this show off right now.
I'm just saying. Because it goes.
Did you see Jordan Love in that playoff game this year? Did you not see Jordan Love in that playoff game?
All 3 of his starting receivers got hurt.
Jordan Love has.
All 3 of his starting receivers got out the game.
Bro.
What's you supposed to do with that?
His 3rd and 4th receivers are better than any receiver that Buffalo has.
I'm not hearing that. That's not how Buffalo's winning. Buffalo's winning by running the football and having good defense.
So you admit their receivers are not elite. They got an old, first of all.
What's to do with the wears no socks and shoes all the time?
Shakir?
No, the dude that don't wear no socks and shoes from North Carolina. Number 13.
No, he's not there anymore, is he? Oh, you talking about the dude that left? Really? Wait a minute.
He's on there.
Top 20, not a top 20 wide receiver. Stop. Left. What are we talking about, man? What Left? You know darn well that dude Jordan Love is not a top 5 quarterback. You need to stop, bro. Next thing you're gonna tell me Jared Goff is better than Josh Allen. That's the next thing you're gonna tell me, right? That he had Caleb Williams is better than him, right? Caleb is better than Josh Allen.
Where do you rank Josh Allen? Where do you rank him?
He's 5th.
You sure? I got him 7, 8. 7 or 8 for me. 7 or 8. Like
so you got Dak over him then.
Dak? No, I wouldn't have Dak. I wouldn't have Dak. I'm not gonna have Dak over him.
I know you don't have Jalen Hurts over him.
Jalen Hurts been to a Super Bowl.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, Jalen
Hurts will have Buffalo in the AFC Championship.
Absolutely.
Come on, man.
He about to be the 2 Super Bowl. Okay, hold on. Let's go. Patrick Mahomes.
I don't think he's making it to the Super Bowl.
Patrick Mahomes.
Say it again. I don't think Jalen is making it to the Super Bowl.
This is the top 5. I'm gonna give you because Josh Allen's top 10. He's like 7 or 8. So my top 5, because he's not in there, is Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Beasy, Jane Daniels, Matt Stafford. What? Where you going? Where you going? I'm not done yet. Where you going? Where is he going? I'm not even. Jared Goff is in there at 6.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Jared's in there.
Who?
Jalen, and then Justin and Josh are 8 and 9 or 7 and 8.
You said Jalen and Jared. Jared who?
Jared Goff, and then you got Justin.
Jared Goff is better than Josh Allen?
This year, absolutely.
We gotta go, man.
What is the problem? Who is your top 5?
You know what? I was gonna say this for February, bro.
What?
But what you just said, right there. That's what you just said. Come on, bro.
What's wrong with that?
Come on, man.
Hold on. Let's one more time. Let's go. Pat, Lamar, Joe Beasy. That's 3. Who else we have? Jane Daniels. Jalen Hurts is in there. Jared Goff. And then Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, or Josh Allen, Justin Herbert. They like 7 or 8, 8 or 7. Like, it don't.
I got to put the petty train up.
How is that petty?
I got to put the petty train up, bro. I just had to, bro. I just had to. I had to.
Where's Josh? You said Josh Allen was 5. I had him at 7. What's the difference?
You said he was 8 or 9 left. What? Don't switch up.
7 or 8. 7 or 8 is interchangeable with Justin Herbert. 7 or 8. They the same person.
Left. Come on, man. And Blake Herbert is better than C.J. Carr and Kenny Minchie, huh?
C.J. Stroud is like 6 or 7, 5, 6 or 7. Like,
C.J.'s a better quarterback than Josh Allen?
No, he's not. I wouldn't say that.
I'm still stuck on Jared Goff.
Jared Goff had an amazing year.
Jared Goff last week did what?
Had a bad game. Just like Josh Allen does the last 4 years in the playoffs. Like, I don't understand. Like,
against who?
Name the usual suspects.
At home against Cincinnati was a bad game. Other than that, when did he not show up? Now, I'll be flat out honest. Because I don't want to hear that, well, he had somebody stepping on his foot or da-da-da. Dude, Patrick Mahomes makes plays falling down in the playoffs on bum ankles and everything else. Josh Allen has had opportunities to make plays. He had opportunities to make plays last year in that game. Should have never got to the field goal. But other than that, Left, what are we talking about, man?
We're talking about the fact that the overhype needs to stop. And I'm glad that this week is coming up where Josh can make history and be the only quarterback to lose to the same quarterback in 4 games. That way, we can clearly put him where he needs to be.
Malik Clark. Look, man.
I know you don't feel like this, Sean. You can't have this much faith in a guy that hasn't won anything.
That has nothing to do with faith. This is just me being objective about who's playing. Dude, I didn't even. You said you put Jane Daniels in front of him.
Yeah, that's obvious.
That's fine.
So how did it become unrealistic then?
That still makes him 5th. What are you talking about? Even if you
put whoa. Where's Josh? How is Josh 5th?
You asked me where he is. I just
Jalen Hurts is better.
No, he's not.
Jalen Hurts playing a Super Bowl, about to go to another one potentially.
Man, you're gonna make me curse. Negro, look here, man. All right, man. Let me take the soft words, man. Look, my man AJ Brown is reading books on the sideline, bro. Stop, man. Stop. That dude has been handing the ball off all year to a 2,000-yard rusher. Period.
That's not his fault. And Jalen Hurts had a long touchdown run himself.
That dude is very much Riley Leonard for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, see, now we got to turn.
No. Where the passing game at? We don't keep it a buck.
In 20-degree weather, in a snowing game like that.
20-degree weather all year. What are you talking about?
Jalen Hurts is playing tremendous. That's why they're in the NFC Championship. Tremendous football play.
Commander Luke, you need to relax, dog. I'm not rattled at all. This dude is making me laugh.
Oh!
This is comical, bro.
Can you name the 5 then? Because
I don't believe, dude, you're not this. You're either in your big troll bag, you're in your troll bag, bro. You must be in your troll bag.
This guy hasn't won anything, Sean. Can we admit that? Can we all agree to that? What does he want?
Jalen Hurts isn't a better quarterback than Dak Prescott, bro. Look at the numbers. All you gotta do is look at the numbers. Are you
serious?
Look at the numbers.
Are you going by numbers or are you going by who you want on your team?
Going by numbers.
Oh my God.
Because that's the only way you can have Matt Stafford in front of Josh Allen.
Pat Mahomes' numbers isn't better than Josh Allen, but you're not taking Pat.
Wait. Let me be fair. If you're giving Matt Stafford an edge because of the Super Bowl, I have no problem with that.
I forgot. That's just an accolade.
Okay. So if the accolade,
Josh can't even get close to.
So we pushing the act. Come on, man.
Come on, that's what I'm saying. He at least Jalen and Stafford, and I named all Super Bowl potential people.
Let me ask you a question: who does Jalen have to beat to get to a Super Bowl?
A rookie?
Year in, no, just year in and year out. Name the quarterbacks in the NFC.
You got to go against teams. You got the Rams.
Man, who does Josh have to go against?
The guy he can't beat. That's all.
Guys. He couldn't beat Joe Burrow either.
Well, that's why he's 7-8. You know what I'm saying?
He beat Lamar, didn't he? He just beat Lamar, didn't he?
Did he beat Lamar or did the team beat Lamar?
Lamar had 2 turnovers.
Lamar Andrews dropped the ball.
Lamar had 2 turnovers, did he not?
Oh, my God. Look.
Lamar had 2 turnovers.
And why is the game that close? Why is the game that close?
The year before, didn't Lamar have 2 turnovers against Patton?
So it's not a Josh Allen thing. That's all. Lamar just got to clean up mistakes. That means you beat yourself.
Oh, so every year Lamar got to clean up mistakes.
That's fair. That's fair that he can beat himself because when you beat yourself, you know yourself. All you got to do is know himself. Josh Allen got a whole nother thing going on.
What's that? Your defense can't hold the lead with 13 seconds?
Defense is top 5 every year.
They couldn't hold the lead with 13 seconds. That's his fault too?
Josh Allen's going to be 0-4 versus Pat Mahomes, and we can put it to bed. Like Steph do. Put him to bed. Put him to bed, Pat. Stop the hype train. It's over with.
No.
Over with.
See, you're intermingling different conversations. The hype train thing has nothing to do with the conversation of Josh Allen being the top 5 quarterback. That's not a hype train. He's put in the work to earn the right to be a top 5 quarterback. That's what he is. That's simply what he is, Left. There's really no debating that. He's a top 5 quarterback. If you want to throw, I would have no argument if you bump him down to 6 because you feel like Matt Stafford has won a Super Bowl and the longevity and the numbers. So be it. If you want to throw Jaden Daniels in there after 1 year, best rookie year ever as a quarterback next to Dan Marino. Next to Dan Marino. Different rules, but next to Dan Marino. I'll rock with you on that. I won't push back. But no, you can't have no. You can't have Jaden and Jalen. Can't have both of them. You got to choose one.
That's up.
And it's not Jalen. I can tell you that.
If Trevor Lawrence was on the Buffalo Bills, they'd probably go to the Super Bowl. Especially at the top 5 defense. Honestly, you can throw Kyler Murray in there too for Josh Allen. Throw him in the mix. So he's got enough to deal with than worrying about being in the top 5 conversation. Because then after the top 5, you're just battling a bunch of guys who's never won anything. That's all I'm saying. Justin Herbert's never won anything. Trevor Lawrence has never won anything. Josh Allen has never won anything.
You are funny, bro.
At least the top 5 guys I name have done something. That's all I'm saying.
You are funny, bro.
That's objective. That is objective.
If you say so, I'm gonna let you go ahead with your objectivity, bro. Ride out.
Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, and Josh Allen have won what? Nothing. Except Josh Allen's had a top 5 defense the last, 5 years, 4 years?
Oh, dude.
Pat Mahomes has done it with a top defense, no receivers, best receivers, by himself. He's done it in every circumstance. Lamar Jackson is can float into that category too, except Lamar Jackson got MVPs. Joe Burrow beat the big bad wolf that Josh Allen can't beat and got to a Super Bowl. So I'm just saying. Jalen Hurts went to a Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford won a Super Bowl. Josh Allen got what? A Madden cover? Come on, man. Top 5 can't be just a Madden cover. That's what I'm saying.
Left, this has been one of your most impressive.
I'm just saying, how is it?
This has been one of your most impressive and prophetic Notre Dame seasons of all time. The things that you said in the spring literally manifested themselves throughout the fall and into the winter and throughout the college football playoff. And you take all of that goodwill, all of that credit that had been added to your account and built up, and you just want to debit it with stupid stuff like this, bro. That there's no left. You don't believe that. You don't believe that Jared Goff stuff. You definitely don't believe that Trevor Lawrence stuff. I know you. This is your trope. This is why Ohio State fans are still looking for you on social media, love.
You know what? Actually,
this is elite trolling. This is elite trolling.
No, because I need to be honest.
Trolling.
I need to be honest. You have to think about it. If you don't put Jalen Hurts in there, but I'll give you that. Whatever. I'm taking Baker before Josh. Yes, sir. So then we can just switch it up. And then it goes Pat, Lamar, right? Joe Beasley, Jalen Daniels, Baker Mayfield, or Jalen Hurts. I'm telling you. Baker went crazy this year. Thumbs up, chat, if you agree. W chat.
Bro, you're not getting any thumbs up.
W chat if you agree. W chat.
Maybe you need to look at the chat.
W chat
with you, bro.
Then give me your 5. Give me your 5. Like honestly.
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield went crazy this year. Look, they said Dak's in the top 10 too.
Baker Mayfield's not even top 5 in the NFC, bro.
Come on. There you go with these numbers again. Because if that's the case, Sam Darnold is in the top 10 or something. And Sam Darnold is like top 45.
Name the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFC then.
Off of numbers or just realistically?
Jalen Daniels. This is just based on what you said. Jalen Daniels, Jalen Hurts,
Matt Stafford, Baker Mayfield. Yeah.
No. Matt Stafford, Baker Mayfield. What you talking about?
Matt Stafford or Baker Mayfield. Who else?
First of all, you put Kyler Murray up there, bro. He ain't better than Kyler Murray.
Who's not?
According to you.
Okay, then that's 5. Then that's who we say: Baker, Kyler, Matthew Stafford, Jalen.
Leave Baker's name out of him.
Oh,
he's not better than Dak. He's not. Baker Mayfield is not better than Dak. He's not.
We ain't seen Dak. I don't know what Dak looks like.
He's not.
Do you know what Dak looks like?
He's not better than Jaden. He's not better than Jalen. He's not better than Stafford. Did you forget Jared Goff? You were trumpeting for Jared Goff too. He's not better than Jared Goff.
That's debatable.
He's not better than Kyler. That's 6 right there, without mentioning Baker Mayfield.
That's the Kyler's debatable. Goff is debatable.
No.
It's a little debatable.
That dude is in his own conference. At best, he's 5th or 6th.
In the division, he's 1st.
It's the worst quarterback division in all of football. What are we talking about?
No, it's not. Anthony Richardson, Trevor Lawrence, CJ, and
Anthony Richardson is not.
And Joe Flacco or whoever they got.
No. You thinking AFC? You talking about Trevor? NFC South.
You got Geno, Kyler Murray.
No, that's West.
No, I know that.
Wait a minute, Baker's not better than Geno.
Shit, neither is Josh. See, that's what I'm saying. Josh is getting squeezed out of the conversation. Is all I'm saying. So okay, because in Baker's the best player in the division. It goes. He's better than Bryce.
Take it to Patreon because right now you.
Dude, this is a real conversation.
I can't believe we got 800 people watching. You now. I know you're entertaining now.
No, it's
you're definitely.
We have to think about it. Listen,
entertaining now.
Josh is literally squeezing himself out of the conversation due to all these quarterbacks we're naming. We forgot about Geno. He's that far in Seattle. We forgot about him, but
Geno's better than Josh. Stop, love.
I'm not saying he's better. I'm just saying the conversation can be had.
Baker. Well, it's gonna pain me to say this. Is Baker better than Brock Purdy?
Come on. Brock Purdy's like top 25 or something like that.
Top 25 left.
Purdy anywhere else in the league, what is Purdy looking like? A Sam Darnold project?
Bro.
Come on.
The quarterbacks in the division where Baker Mayfield are Bryce Young.
He's better than that. Okay.
Spencer Rattler.
And Michael Penix.
Oh, Michael Penix is going to be better than him in a year.
Oh, see, coulda, should. Okay, then that means he's going to be better than Josh Allen.
Coulda, shoulda. He just got the starting gig. What are you talking about?
We can talk about projections, but what about right now?
I don't need no projections. He's going to be better. I don't need no projection. Just on talent, he's going to be better than Baker Mayfield. And that Baker Mayfield plays in the worst division and literally comes away with 9-8 records in the worst division.
There's something to win.
That's right. Brock Purdy has been to a Super Bowl. You keep saying that.
But you got some talent too.
So now he doesn't have talent, bro.
Not more than Josh. Jalen's more talented than Josh. Jaden Daniels more talented than Josh. Matthew Stafford can throw better than Josh. Pat is Pat, and then Lamar's the best athlete in the game. So what are we talking about?
Lucky Lefty podcast. That last 30 minutes, I apologize, Notre Dame fans. It went left. I should have never cracked a joke about Josh Allen. I didn't know that Malik Clark was going to show up. That was not Malik Zaire the last 30 minutes.
You know dang well. You know dang well, Sean.
And Marcellus Wiley is going to have bars. You don't have to worry about it at all. That was a little bit extra. Woo, man.
I think you'll agree when you think about it. once you get off of here, you'll be like, you know what?
No, I don't need to think about that. Not no Jalen Hurts and Baker Mayfield. No, absolutely not.
You talking about the NFC guy who went to the Super Bowl and another guy that had a great season this year?
Once again,
I just don't see the hype. I mean, Josh hasn't won anything. Y'all treat Josh like he's Pat's comparison, and I don't think we're being genuine about it.
No, I think you're being disrespectful to think that Baker Mayfield could carry a team to the AFC Championship game.
He almost carried the Browns to the Super Bowl and lost to Pat Mahomes.
So Lamar wouldn't have scraped Baker Mayfield?
Baker Mayfield almost went to the Super Bowl.
Lamar would not have scraped Baker Mayfield if he was quarterbacking the Bills last week?
Lamar is a top 2 quarterback.
Answer the question, man.
Of course he would beat Baker.
That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know.
Did Josh beat Lamar last week?
Wait. Yes, he did.
Oh my God.
Yes, he did.
You saying Josh beat Lamar? Josh beat Lamar.
That's what the scoreboard said. That's what the scoreboard said.
Oh, the scoreboard said Buffalo 27, Ravens 25.
That's right.
Not Josh Allen. What did Josh Allen do? What did Josh Allen do in that game?
I love that because when it comes to the Chiefs and the Bills, you have no problem saying Pat beat Josh. None.
Because he does. 13 seconds left. Pat goes all the way down the field.
Against who? Josh was on the sideline.
Against the top 5 defense that Josh is supposed to be winning with.
Josh's fault. Scoreboard said Chiefs Bills, right?
Did Josh get a chance to get the football at all in the game? Okay, he can have it.
He didn't touch it in overtime. That's why they changed the rule.
They're trying to cheat for him. You see what I'm saying? They feel so empathy, all this empathy for Josh for what? Why are you changing any rule for a guy that ain't won nothing? Change the rule for Lamar. He got 2 MVPs.
Lamar can't get to overtime.
He can't catch and throw.
I know he creates turn. He gives away the ball.
They say Lamar Jackson is like Kobe Bryant. These are people on his own team. So if Lamar is Kobe Bryant to Buffalo,
2 consecutive AFC Championship games
and 2 losses,
4 turnovers in both games.
If the Buffalo Bills defense think Lamar Jackson is Kobe Bryant,
man, that Baltimore defense always has to fight over Lamar's turnovers. Every championship game, they got to keep the offense in the game because Lamar turns the ball over. Every championship.
And what does Josh do?
Every championship game.
And what does Josh do?
He doesn't turn the ball over.
Man, did you see what he did at home last year? That's why Stephon left. Somebody had to get the hell up out of Buffalo.
It's amazing how they got better when Stephon left, isn't it? It's amazing. It's amazing. And Stephon went to the Houston Texans and ended up being the 3rd wide receiver. Isn't that amazing? You're right. You're absolutely right. They made the playoffs without him. That's amazing.
I don't know, Sean. I think you're not seeing the bigger picture here.
You better pray. You see all of these people in the chat. You better pray that 17 doesn't find a way on Sunday.
Do you know who he's going against? Andy Reid just won his 300th game in the playoffs. And Pat Mahomes contributed to like 40 of those wins.
I absolutely know who he's going up against. I absolutely know.
And Josh, and it's at Arrowhead? Come on, Josh. Give it up, Josh. Give it up. It's over with. The jig is up.
All I'm telling you is you're going to have a tough time coming back on this show Monday.
Oh, my God. Why? What is Josh going to do? That's what I'm saying. Like, what is Josh going to do against big bad Pat Mahomes? And that's a bad man. Pat Mahomes is a bad man. Better watch out. Okay, Josh loses his game. He's the first quarterback.
What does it mean to say Pat Mahomes is a bad man, bro? There is no one living that does not know that. No one. No one. Everybody breathing knows that Patrick Mahomes is that dude. So let's not. The whole league knows it.
So Josh losing, that your excuse?
Wait, this is my point. What you're saying means nothing. Joe Burrow knows Pat's that dude.
No, Joe Burrow has a common respect. They trade blows.
Stop.
They trade blows.
They trade blows, and then
Josh ain't trading nothing.
And then Pat does this. They can trade blows all they want to. Pat raises them fingers.
Josh got to fight back. Josh, throw something back. Fight back, Josh. Fight back, Josh.
It's the same thing with him. It's the same thing with Joe. Same thing with Josh. Same thing with Lamar. They can talk.
Joe not included. Joe's not included. They can
talk MVPs. They can talk records. And as soon as they get to talking, that cat Pat just does this. Like, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, you got.
You can't say that to Joe. He can't say it to Joe.
Lamar, you about to have your third MVP? Word.
You can say it to Lamar.
Joe, you made it to one Super Bowl. Okay, that's nice. Did you win though? Did you win? Oh, you didn't. You didn't. Oh man.
You know what this is? This is Pat Mahomes feeling disrespected.
Say it again.
Pat Mahomes feeling disrespected. He's like, man, I'm tired of y'all talking about this guy Josh. Who is that? I'm a league MVP, Super Bowl and Finals MVP. What has Josh won? That's what Pat Mahomes gonna prove on Sunday.
He's not just saying that about Josh. Stop. He's saying that about Lamar, and he's saying that about Joe.
Oh, they don't do the hype train with this Tom Brady Peyton Manning matchup. Josh ain't won a game.
Why are you believing in this media hype, dude? It's false anyway.
No, they need to be objective. Put him with
objectivity from the media. You want objectivity from the media.
Man, it deserves it. That's why I bring the prophecies like I do. Because it deserves it. We deserve to be honest with our fans.
Kyle Hamilton deserves for his quarterback not to turn the ball over in the championship game 2 consecutive years. Kyle Hamilton should have been in a Super Bowl by now. Let me stick up for the Notre Dame brother. Kyle Hamilton should have been in 2 Super Bowls. 2. He should have been in 2 Super Bowls if his quarterback didn't turn the ball over. 2.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
That's all I'm saying.
Kyle know better than that. Kyle has the respect that's the best player in football.
Kyle was like, I'm the best player on football. Defense. Kyle was like, I'm the best player on defense. I show up in a championship game.
Nobody saying that to Lamar.
The best player on the offense don't show up.
How much do you think that anybody would say that to Lamar Jackson?
What do you mean?
Nobody in that Baltimore Ravens building, Ronnie Stanley, none of them.
I'm saying for him. I'm saying it for Kyle Hamilton. I'm the best player defensively. I show up in the championship.
Y'all not co-signing that.
I'm right for the best offensive player to show up to.
Oh, hey, they need to be saying that about Josh Allen.
He doesn't need to say it. I'll say it for him. I need my quarterback not to turn the ball over in the championship game.
Josh Allen, the first quarterback in history. I can't wait for that thing to flash at the bottom of the screen. First quarterback in history.
14 for the Ravens, balls out. Every championship game, he balls out. We're waiting for 8 to catch up.
You don't believe that?
I believe it wholeheartedly. I'm waiting for 8 to catch up. When you gonna show up in the championship game, 8? When?
Lamar will win one before Josh gets there.
We'll see you guys tomorrow, and then we'll see you guys back here Monday. Tonight, 7:30 p.m. Players only. Right back here. Lucky Lefty Network on YouTube. Oscar McBride. Reggie Brooks. Reg ain't happy, dog. Uncle Reg ain't happy. Notre Dame fans, Uncle Reg is not happy. That's all.
Especially when he saw that run game numbers. I know he wasn't happy. He saw the run game numbers.
I think Uncle Reg is, he's gonna have some things to say.
That's right.
He's gonna, and Oscar McBride, Jerron Jones, Malik Zaire, and some others right here at Lucky Lefty Podcast. Boy, my Willows are coming in, Left. My Willows are coming in.
I'm right there with you. That's why I've been wearing this.
You do ragging it. But Left, SD2 Mics, we love and appreciate you guys, man. Continue to have a blessed day. We'll see you at 7:30 right back here, Lucky Lefty Podcast. Make sure that you continue to spin it different.